Good afternoon, everybody. We are back. A very warm welcome along to Fournilwrittenalloverit, and thank you so much for being with us. I do hope you're going to enjoy the stream this afternoon. We're a whole hour early. We've got an hour of build-up to bring you. We're just going to say hello to a couple of people who join us. Oh, I was just about to do that, but it's just frozen on me. What's happened? Why has it gone wrong? Can anyone still hear me? I think it's frozen, hasn't it? Oh, no, I'm still live, but it's... No? Oh, we're back. There we go. Hello. Sorry, I lost you there for a moment. Right, let's say hello to some people. Good afternoon to Shrewsbury Town Fan TV. Hello to Rune. He is, hello, welcome. Buyers has been dropped. Yes, so, bit of team news for you this afternoon. Pompey, 2 changes. Rasmus Nikolaisen and Marcus Harness are in. George Byers has dropped to the bench. James Bolton is out of the squad completely. Good afternoon to Aaron. Everyone can hear me. I think I a little bit of a freeze moment there. Hopefully that won't happen again this afternoon. We've had enough technical issues this week. Good afternoon to Oakley. Thinks it's going to be a 2-1 win from Pompey. And hello to Lee from Gosport. Right, ladies and gents, it is about time, I reckon, that we cast our minds back all the way. It was August 2019, I believe. So nearly an hour and a half ago. A year and a half ago. Please tell me how Raggett plays after Tuesday's game. We'll chat team news in just a moment or two. But first, I want to show you this. This is our trip to Blackpool, including the race to the Blackpool Tower from August 2019. Here we go. Well, good morning, Andrew.
Yeah, good morning, Tom.
And welcome. It's August the 31st. Happy September almost. We're heading up to Blackpool today. But as you know here on Fournilwrittenalloverit, every single year, where do we go?
Blackpool.
As in, where do we go in Blackpool?
To Bloomfield Road Football Stadium, Tom.
Before that?
Tower.
Tower, yeah. And what do we do up the tower?
We race, Tom.
We do.
We race to the top.
We do indeed. And we're going even further this year.
Yeah.
We're starting from here in Gunwolf Quays. Beautiful overcast Gunwolf Quays. How beautiful is this, mate?
Beautiful, mate.
I think the only way to start this is by, I'm going to hand this microphone. She's not ready, but I was going to hand the microphone over to the executive producer, but she's busy taking pictures.
Of herself, probably.
Of herself, yeah. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'll see you at the top.
Good luck, Tom.
Good luck, mate. In 3, 2, 1. It now, is it? I have to stand on number 2.
Because you're second.
I'm second by a very close margin.
Okay, then you were second, but nearly first.
Have a look at the screenshots on the screen now from Instagram and Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, they're all saying...
Everyone said I was going to win.
Yeah, of course.
Now, I've let the side of social media down, I've let the audience down, and most importantly, I've let the channel down.
You have really, Tom, but this is the 3rd year running, so you need to move on.
What's your secret, mate?
Just
May I ask?
Power, Tom.
Power.
Speed and power.
You, Jeremy Clarkson.
Diesel engine.
Diesel. Well, I can only blame a slight delay at Birmingham New Street. That's all I can delay, because I had to wait around for a minute.
How long? How long for?
Goodness knows.
Well, a minute.
It felt like a year, mate.
More than a minute?
Like, can I come up? Because we both went.
No.
Right,
well, welcome to Fournilwrittenalloverit, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that. We've got an exciting September coming up for you here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Next weekend on Saturday the 7th, we host Southend United 282 miles that way back at Fratton Park. A couple of Tuesdays after that, we'll Burton Albion at home, which is an exciting one, isn't it? We'll be there for that with a special guest, Ollie. Following week after that, after Burton Albion, it's the South Coast Derby, mate.
What do you think first half?
I need some sunglasses. That's what I think of the first half. I'm staring at. I don't know if they're in the bag. Hang on, hold that. Quick update, viewers. I don't have any sunglasses, so we're going to make do with staring into the sun. But what do we make of that, mate? But it's half time here at Bloomfield Road. It's Blackpool 0, Pompey 1. And I think that was all Pompey, really. I think we had a good first half. Admittedly, mate, it'll be nice to see. Hopefully, if all things stay the same, maybe progress to the 4-goal mark rather than the 1. I think it'll be nice to see that Pompey have regained that good form away from home, because obviously we had the disappointment in Sunderland, despite a great Harness goal in the first half, and then 2-0 away in Shrewsbury. So, you know, we'd like to see us to build on that, and hopefully this is going to be a great start for us today.
Yeah, I think Tom.
Sorry, that's a really long question, wasn't it? Go on.
You asked yourself and answered it. We're controlling the game right now. We're half time. If it stays like this, I'll be happy. But I think we'll get 3 in the second half, make it 4. The point is that we're playing good football. It's a shame to see Harness go off, Tom. He's been a man of the match for my liking, mate. And I think the thing is, losing someone like him might make a difference. But then Gareth Evans is on. He's got to prove himself, hasn't he? So keep playing football. Keep playing the way we're playing. They don't look like they're threatening our goal, do they? To be fair, first few minutes, I thought they put the pressure on, but since then, it's been all Pompey in it. So
they've been a great. Oh, the sun's gone in. That's nice. It's been a great side to start the season, Blackpool, but I don't really see that very much at all. Here he is. Here he is.
Legend.
Here's the main man himself. So, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, good to be back. Yeah.
What did you make of that first half, mate?
Well, we took our chance, didn't we? They had a couple of chances, didn't take. I've been saying to you for a while, in this league you got to take chances. It's not over yet, mate.
No, it's not over yet, that's true. But what do you see happening in this second half? Are we going to build on this, score a couple more, maybe make it 4?
I could probably see 4-0 get written all over if I had a few more to drink.
Oh, you're right, okay.
All right, second half, with a slight breeze behind us, we're going to open them up well and truly.
I think there's several bookings, Tom, which makes us support. It allows the decisions for the referee, but
I'm not sure he quite knows what he's doing.
I think there could be a sending off in this game.
There was a
change.
We don't like to dwell on referee decisions because obviously that's the decision and that's final. There's no technology in this league, unfortunately, and we got quite a way to go until we get it. So
I think the point making, Tom, is in a minute someone's going to get sent off, which will change the game, and hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think it was a really good first half. We had a lot of possession and it's a great goal by Marcus Harness, so I'm pretty happy with the first half.
And you're from Scotland, aren't you, Jack?
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
It's a long way down.
Yeah, just outside Glasgow, you told me, didn't you?
Yeah.
And your family's all Pompey fans through and through?
Yes, they all are, yeah.
Great, fantastic. And what do you think the score's going to be at the end of the game, Jack?
4-0 written all over it.
I don't think it was a very bad half, to be honest. I think it could have been better. All right, exciting, very exciting.
What do you think the score's going to be in the second half, boys?
4-0 written all over
That's
it.
exactly what we want to hear.
I think we played well. I enjoyed the goal and I thought Marcus done very good in that.
And what do you think the score's going to be in the second half?
4-0.
4-0. Do you think? I think it might be 4-0 as well. So mate, Bloomfield Road disperses. It finished Blackpool 1, Pompey 1.
Have you seen any horses anywhere?
Well, I was expecting, 2,000 away fans, big game like this. So was maybe expecting a bit of a presence of horses, but I can't quite find them, mate. Anyway, what did you make of that?
Thought first half was all us, Tom. Second half, to be fair, they had a bit of the game, didn't they? Made a couple of changes. Harness went off, which made a big difference to our side. don't know if he's injured or what. We have to look that up later. But
Jesus
I think,
Christ. Windy up north, isn't it?
Windy, mate. It's warmed up a bit now, isn't it? 'Cause it was really. This is really strange. What's going on here? Can we get you on?
I live around the corner.
Can we get you on here?
I actually watch your channel on YouTube.
What's happened? Something's gone wrong here. It's your fault. She's wearing a tangerine, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Dodgy, innit?
And Grandma's fault.
Yeah.
I think Mummy and Grandma are to blame for this, Tom.
First top was a blue one though.
What's it? What's happened?
Yeah.
What happened to you? What went wrong?
Do you like the blues, Mia?
Tom, come here.
I like tangerine.
Mate,
I tried.
Come here.
I tried.
I'm sorry to hear it.
I tried.
I'm sorry to hear it, bud.
It's right. I've got another little girl.
Oh, is she blue?
Well, she's about, how old is she? 8 months, 7 months?
I'll talk
Yeah,
to
so-
her. Get her to talk to her.
believe you, yeah.
You know, have a word.
Well, she's already got a Pompey top. So.
Actually, well, I think Tom, we had better the first half. We had
The
better.
horses are off.
Have you seen any horses anywhere?
Our backdrop's been ruined. Hello, mate. Right, nice to see you.
How you doing, all right?
Are you alright? Who won the race to the tower?
Oh, we
Can't
can't
say.
tell you that.
We had the first half, they had the second half, didn't they?
Yep,
Harness, the
absolutely.
difference when harness went off made all the difference.
Well, I missed it because I was at. Oh, yeah, quick shout out for Tony. Thanks for buying me the bottles of water, Tony. Really appreciate that, mate. Didn't need to do that. I think you said Gareth Evans came off just before their goal. So is that another tactical? Is that another tactical mishap?
I don't know, Tom. I think it wasn't tactical because Harness was injured, I think. I don't know. Don't know what happened, Tom. He must have been injured because he wouldn't take him off, then bring him on, then take him off, would he?
No,
So-
true. Well, there we go. So we march on to next Saturday at home to Southend United. As I said, about 280 miles that way. We're going to enjoy the journey home. Thank you so much for watching this weekend's edition of Fournilwrittenalloverit. Not another away game for us anyway. A few home games coming up, so we'll look forward to bringing them to you. As well as the South Coast Derby in a couple of weeks. That's the one to look forward to, isn't it? Right. Thank you, Andrew, for joining me, and congratulations. Right-handed handshake. Well done on your race, mate. It was you've done well there, and yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Keep the faith. Have a fantastic week.
Play out Pompey.
And play out Pompey. God, don't you miss that? That is absolutely tripping. Oh, want to get back to stadiums as soon as we possibly can. Well, there we go. That was our trip to the Blackpool Tower. It was also included our journey to Bloomfield Road as well. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and hopefully it won't be too long before we can get back to some kind of normality and back to the football in some shape or form. Right, okay, let me talk you through what we've got planned for you before 3 o'clock this afternoon. In a moment, we're going to speak to George Ramos, who is a Blackpool... I think he said Blackpool Town. They're not called Blackpool Town. They're Blackpool vlogger. He's going to give us the lowdown on our opponents today. We're also going to have a look at some statistics with him. Also, Brendan and Mike will join us, as well as Adam, Richard, Retro Shirt, Sean, Alex is coming on as well. All leading up to Aaron, who is going to take us through his thoughts on last Tuesday. And thank you very much for that, mate. I hope you enjoyed it. Hello to Brian. He's in Rio de Janeiro. Good afternoon to you, mate. I hope you are well. Right, okay. Let's take a look at your Pompey lineups this afternoon. They look a little bit like this. I should say the Pompey lineup, shouldn't I? But here we go then. This is, it's not the lineup yet, but it's the table nonetheless. So let's take a look at the table while we're here. It's Lincoln City that sits top at the moment alongside Hull, Peterborough, Pompey in fourth, with the opportunity to gain a little bit of ground on third position today. Doncaster, having lost their last 3 games, sit just below us in fifth. It's Accrington, Sunderland and Oxford who make up the following places. Alongside that, we'll have your team news this afternoon. In goal, number 1, Craig McGilvery, a back four of Callum Johnson, Sean Raggett, Rasmus Nicolaisen and Charlie Daniels. Marcus Harness, Tom Naylor, Andy Cannon and Ronan Curtis make up your midfield four, and I believe it is a return to the tried and tested method of winning football matches. It is 4-4-2. Ryan Williams and John Marquis are your 2 centre forwards. On the bench there, well, it's gone now, but we can see who was on the bench. And interestingly enough, it is James Bolton, I believe, who is nowhere to be seen on that one. So I don't know. What do you make of that, ladies and gents? Let me know your thoughts of the team lineup. I think it was important to revert back to a 4-4-2. I think that was definitely something that we were in need of doing. Tom, did you see the Sunderland knocked out Lincoln? Yes, I did. Big result there. Need Curtis to step up today. Absolutely. Daniel says he'd rather have Watmore starting. Right, well, there we go. We'll get back to the team news in just a moment. There we go, strong lineup. Bolton has been done dirty, but I can see why. Adam, you're going to have to explain why, mate, in just 15 minutes or so when we welcome you on to the stream. Right, we're going to speak to George now. And before we do, I want to introduce him with a little bit of stats and statistic for Blackpool so far. Here we go. Right, so as we can see there, home and away form looks pretty similar. A lot of set-piece goals, might I add, from the 29. 8 of those have been from set pieces. Plenty of red cards as well at this point of the season. 29 yellow cards, and they've kept 10 clean sheets so far this season and haven't scored any own goals, converting 2 penalties. Well, there is a man who can tell us all about that form. He's been following Blackpool around all his life, I believe. He goes by the name of George Ramos. Welcome along to the stream, mate. Hope you're well. What do you make of those numbers? Is that interesting to you? Is it surprise you in any way?
To be honest, I'm not really a stat man, but it's quite surprising in that, obviously the own goal thing. We had quite a nightmare at the start of the season where we couldn't stop getting red cards. We had about 3 in 5 matches. I think we had one point where we got a red card. The next game we got 2, and it was an absolute nightmare, and all defenders. But like I say, it ties in that we had a turbulent start to the season. We were in the relegation zone, brand new team. It was all going wrong, and then suddenly we picked up form. We were beating the top sides, and it sort of leveled out now. We're sitting around mid-table, but we've played the least amount of matches in the league. I think we played 25. It might be 24 or 5, and obviously those games in hand, it's all about points on the board. So those games in hand don't necessarily mean anything. But if we were to win them, we could be about 7th or 8th. So, we're still in with a shout this season. But like I say, the games in hand, we've got Burton, a few other lower sides, but then you've got the likes of Peterborough in there as well. So I think we definitely need at least a point today at Fratton Park if we want a chance to get up there, because it's so competitive this season. You'll know that in yourselves up in 4th, I believe it is, somewhere around there. It's not going to be easy for any team, and if there's going to be a run of form, it has to start now.
Absolutely, yeah. You've mentioned there, actually, it's interesting how in sync we are with this, because you've mentioned both the 2 teams, Burton and Peterborough, who you've actually taken all 3 points off so far this season away from home. Are those, and then there's Wigan and Fleetwood as well. So beating Peterborough away from home, mate, that's quite decent, isn't it? What do you remember of that game, and do you reckon you could replicate something similar at Fratton Park today?
I think it's often the cliche that you say we deserved it, but I think that day we did deserve it, despite the last minute goal. I think Peterborough, obviously they were poor that day. There's no taking away from that, but we went and we controlled the game, took charge, and it's really strange because there's either away from home we always seem a bit more naive in attack. We've got an incredible home record, only losing 1 in 11 or something. I'm not sure of the exact stat. Like I say, I'm not the best stat man, but I should have done my own work there. But I think away from home, last season we won 1 away from home. We've never been amazing, but this season we've started to get into more of a rhythm. And I think the Peterborough game was an interesting one because we led 1-0. They scored 89th minute, and then we've scored in the last minute. So I wouldn't really say it was a dominant display, but I think if we get a goal, we've got a really solid defence, but our centre-back, Marvin Epiteta, picked up a hamstring injury on Tuesday, not available today, real blow. Also, Gary Medine's been out for a few recent weeks, a massive aerial threat. He got 3 assists against Wigan just by barging players out the way. And we've got also CJ Hamilton has been out for 2 months now, rapid, one of our better players. But I think we have got a strong team. One to look out for, I'd definitely say Jerry Yates. He's got 10 goals this season in all competitions. Signed from Swindon, or Rotherham. He was on loan at Swindon. Got promoted last season alongside Doyle, who went to Bolton. And also Ellis Sims. He's scored 50 goals in 90 games for the academy of Everton. Come in, scored 2 in his debut for us away at Wigan. And then has played 2 games since then, hasn't scored. But it's been one of those where, you see a player and they just haven't really touched the ball in a game. So it's going to be an interesting one. I think it's going to be difficult against, I'd describe it a big physical Portsmouth defence. Would that be a fair Fair
Yeah,
assessment?
I think that would be a fair thing to say. I'm really shocked to see that James Bolton's dropped out the side this afternoon after he's had three or four really good performances for us. So, but another one that is interesting that I need to mention before we carry on is that Kenny Jackett is actually at the game this afternoon. I was under the impression that I was under the impression that he was recovering from whatever he's I don't know. I think it was like an operation on his arm or something to remove a mole. But clearly, something went wrong on Tuesday night. I'm going to discuss it with guests in a couple of minutes or so. But something obviously went wrong on Tuesday night for him to really want to work his way back to Fratton Park and be there today. So Kenny Jackett is at the game today. Back to Blackpool, mate. What I would want to ask you is, are you a team that you can judge on your recent form? Because you've won 3 of your last 4 League One games. Is that something that Pompey should be thinking about before we start today?
First, I'd just like to say, glad to hear Kenny Jackett's all right. It's never nice to see another manager, not in the dugout where they belong. But I think, I don't really think, it's not really been a form where you think like, oh yeah, we're in form here. Like, it's just not noticeable because you either get, we've had a massive absence. I think we had 2 games in a row postponed. A horrible week for me as a fan. Tuesday night home game postponed, and then the Saturday game postponed. It was like, oh, it's an awful week, no football.
Yeah.
And it's been quite the break in the games we've played. And then, like I say, the wins were against, Northampton at home, Rochdale. You can argue they're not, top tier sides, are they? But I think I don't really know if we are doing. It's credit to us. We're doing well with quite an injured squad. I think that's not just a testament to us though. Like a lot of teams have got injuries, especially with COVID. It's about this. We've not got the thickest of sides, but I think we are in somewhat decent form. It's not like amazing. Like I think our best form patch was when we played you at home earlier in the season. We played Hull around that time. A few other teams. That was when we were in form. But I think we're certainly not in bad form. And I'm not always the most optimistic, but I do think we can get something today at Fratton Park, at least a point. And fingers crossed. I'm hoping so anyway.
Excellent. Give us a quick score prediction then, George, and then finally where you think Blackpool will finish off come the end of the season, whenever that may be, if it's going to be extended, whatever. I know you've had games postponed and so have we, so we're both teams that are playing catch-up, aren't we? Go on, give us a score prediction, and then where do you reckon you'll finish this season?
A lot of games in hand. I think it's going to be one of those today where both sides' defence just cancels each other out. I can see it being a 1-0 goal coming, maybe with like 20, 30 minutes left. 1-0 either way. I can't see it being a high-scoring one. I might be proven wrong now, but it's going to be a difficult one. I'm going to be optimistic and say 1-0 Blackpool, but I think it could be 1-0 to Portsmouth as well, just the same. It's who's got that clinical edge, because I think despite having injuries, you've still got quite a solid back line. Same goes with Portsmouth. You've got multiple options there. I think it's going to be a very defensive one. I'm going to go 1-0. And then I think in terms of league position, I think we'll finish 11th. That's what I'm going to go for, because the poor start has really just derailed us, if you will. It slowed us down so much. I think if the problem is if we get form together, having played the least amount of games in the league, we can certainly get in the playoffs. But the games we've got, we've got most of the top half teams. So I'm not expecting us to win all of those. And I think we'll just fall short in the end, and hopefully we can push on next season and, potentially sneak to the playoffs.
Thank you for that, George. Enjoy the game, and thanks for coming on.
Too.
Great to speak to you again. See you soon.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
Thanks, mate. Bye-bye. That was George Ramos, who's very kindly joined us. Blackpool vlogger. Make sure if you want to see some Blackpool content, head over there. Right, it is Brendan time now, ladies and gents. It's 25 past, which is exactly the time that I said he'd be here. Brendan, we're going to take a look at the table before you get in, mate. And the question's going to be, I know you're in there, the question's going to be, how are you feeling about it looking at this? Let's have a look. So as we can see there, Lincoln City up the top. Hull City just behind them by a point, but they've played 2 games more. It's Peterborough United who follow up make up the best of the rest, I assume, at the top of the playoffs. Then it's Pompey, who are 4 points behind them, same number of games, alongside Doncaster behind them, a game behind, same number of points. Brendan, it's looking tight, mate, isn't it? Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Tom. How are we, mate?
Very well, very well. Does that concern you looking at that? 4 points behind on the same number of games?
Nah, you can never be concerned, really, because Well, you can be really, but I think I think obviously, as we say every week, there's still a long way to go in the season. Still a long way to go, and Peterborough can drop points. We can pick up points. We can overtake them. We can get into Hull's position. We could. Anything can happen in this time. We've said this for ages now, and I still think that we can get into that top two. I'm not going to say we will, but we can get in that top two.
Brendan, the big news of the day, mate, is that Kenny Jackett is at Fratton Park this afternoon. I'm not sure if you're aware of that.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, someone put it on one of our WhatsApp groups, so that's good to know. If he's in the changing rooms, we don't know, or is he sat in the south stand?
The only information I've got is that he is present this afternoon. I'll name my source just in case I get told off later on. But that was from Jackie Oatley, who is a Sky Sports news correspondent. She's going to be doing the Soccer Saturday from Fratton Park this afternoon. So he's been told he has turned up at Fratton Park. It's unclear where he'll be watching today, but he is certainly at the ground. So
that's positive.
What do you make of that? Do you reckon it was just such a poor performance on Tuesday? You thought, no, I need to be back at work and sort this out?
Yeah, I think so, definitely. Because I think with Kenny being away on Tuesday, you might remember on Tuesday, I said Kenny not being there, that might have been a factor in, the players not turning up, For example, if you get any sort of formal work, I used to be a chef, and if the head chef wasn't there on the day, sometimes you're not performing to your top standard because the boss isn't there. He's not there keeping on top of you and making sure you're doing your job correctly. And I know Gallen's been there following. He did a lot of the Papa John Trophy matches and last year leasing.com. So Gallen always takes control of those sort of like, I don't want to say lesser games, but yeah, the sort of the smaller competition games rather than Kenny being there constantly. So I don't know if the lads think, oh, Gallen's here, Kenny's not,
Yeah.
That lack of confidence.
Like having a substitute teacher at school, isn't it? I think that's one of the ones that we were talking about. Interesting comment from Kevin here. He said Doncaster were flying, then they lost 3 on the bounce. I was going to say to you, that adds to our point about anything happening in this league, doesn't it? They were looking like they were going to really catch up with us and perhaps even go above us, Doncaster, and they haven't. They've lost their last 3. So that tells you everything, doesn't it?
Definitely. And it's the same thing happened to us. We were flying through December and then January hit and we have our Pompey January as we normally do, and we always fall off a little bit. And hopefully, we say it every week, hopefully we'll jump back on the horse and start galloping towards the finish and be, and start chasing the front leaders.
Absolutely. But, final one for you for now, Brendan, and until you come back and join us for a bit of a half-time assessment and full-time if you're around. Is Dad around today? That's the news that everyone wants to hear.
Oh, I don't know yet because he's still at work at the moment. I don't know what time he finishes because he works.
He's keeping us in the loop. Lots of excitement. Okay, well, we'll see if we have an appearance later on from Brendan and Mike. It'll definitely be Brendan. So stick around, mate. Hopefully, we'll be discussing a big +3, and we'll see you very shortly.
Take care, Tom. See you in a bit.
Cheers, mate. See you in a minute. That was Brendan. The ever-present is a massive contributor to Fournilwrittenalloverit, and we love having Brendan and Mike on. Right, someone else we love having on is Mr. Adam Poirier, which I'm going to talk to now, and I'm absolutely loving the fact that I'm bang on time. It is exactly 2:30. Adam, I'm discussing form with you, mate. Have a look at this. So, Brendan was saying there, we've had a bit of a Pompey January, but off the back of the 4-0 win against AFC Wimbledon, it's then all gone downhill from there, apart from a Charlton win 3-1, then that 2-2 draw against Plymouth Argyle, which we probably could have lost quite easily, and that's that win against Swindon, and the banners covering up there, but it's probably better that we don't see that, but that was the game against Bristol Rovers in the week. Has someone cut your hair, son?
I did it myself, thank you.
How did you do that?
Bit of magic, Pompey magic.
Hey, I need a lesson.
It's one of those ones. It's a 360 one, so like I don't need to look, but I can twist it so it sort of doesn't.
It's all about the equipment,
Decent.
Is it? Right. Well, there we go. What do you make of having a look at that? Inconsistency doesn't win the league, does it?
No, but magic makes winning the league. I guess you randomness, luck. There's so many things that play into it. I mean, we knew that Plymouth were a bogey team. Everyone will probably admit that.
I probably would have expected a win, but you never know with that game, especially like I don't even know what's going to happen today. I'm predicting a draw or a slight win at best.
Oh,
because they've conceded 2 in their last 4 matches, and they've scored 8. And our defense is woeful at times, but our attack can be magic. So I think with that combination, it's going to be a draw or a marginal win. I'd put money on it.
Not sure if you've seen the team lineup today, but he has, well, and also Kenny Jackett's there as well. That's another one for you. What do you make of that? But before we discuss that, the team lineup 4-4-2, tried and tested. Why was that not the case against Bristol Rovers? Well, why did we just go, let's just do this, and then it didn't work, so we'll go back to what we know works?
I wonder if Joe just had a moment like without Kenny. I don't know. Just thought might be a little bit rogue. One night, see if I can prove a point. I don't know. I mean, we'll never know. But it didn't work. Realised that it's 4-4-2 for us. 2 attackers, 2 box-to-box mids, and 2 very skillful flair players on the wings. That's it. That's what works for us. End of.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we've got this afternoon, isn't it? So that's what we like to see. Yeah. Well, just finally then, Adam, Kenny Jackett sticking around for today. I mean, probably against doctor's advice, but do you reckon the incredibly poor performance against Bristol Rovers meant that he's going, no, Doc, I really do have to be there today?
I wonder what persuaded him to be there today. But yeah, I think still Raggett's playing. Like, he must have had a say in that, but he's there. That counts. It's always going to be something if he's there. I think he has to show his face. It gives something, even though if he may not make an appearance, as long as they know he's there looming on them, I think that'll at least be something for the team.
Absolutely. Jake said, look like where hang on. Look where we were. Sorry, I can read. When we won League 2 and we will win this season's this league same time last game. I think what you're saying by that is the game against Crewe. And Adam, you desperately need some glasses, mate. If you couldn't read that from sat back
no,
there.
I was adjusting my chair. No, I'm not that blind.
Absolutely. I was just going to say, Crewe was the game that we lost 1-0. I don't know if you remember it back in 2017. Could that be our Bristol Rovers, where the run now starts from here?
Oh God, bloody hope so. Bloody hope so. I mean, yeah. We'll see. I'm not even going to say anything. I wish I could say stuff that will. I just want a result today, but I think it will be a draw at best. To be honest, they are a good team. They are a good team.
Okay, Adam, we will leave it there for now, mate. And you're not joining us half-time, full-time, are you?
No, I am watching the game now. I've decided. You know what? Yeah, so I will be there at half-time or full-time. I'll pop you a message when I can. I might be doing a bit of work, though.
Big news. What a turnout for the books that is. Well, Adam, we will chat to you at either half-time or full-time. But the next legend that we're going to get into the stream is Richard. And again, Richard, I am bang on time, 2:35. That's what we like to see.
How you doing, mate?
I'm very well. I was really worried that I was going to sort of get carried away with chatting to someone, but I've sort of... Anyway, that doesn't matter too much. What does matter is that Richard is here with us. It's a big one this weekend, mate. What do you expect for us to get out of today?
Well, I'll say after missing the howler on Tuesday, which I was ever most grateful for, and that I say I've watched the last sort of 15 minutes of the show. I've looked at the highlights once. I've listened to podcasts about anything. It's the same old, isn't it? So, we're all thinking that we're going to get the result today. It's going to be that kick that we need to push on. But then, it's who we've got then on Tuesday, who we've got then on next Saturday. We always seem to have a good game, think we're going to be championship contenders. And then next minute, we let ourselves down, which, it appears that we did yesterday. I'm quite surprised Byers isn't in the starting lineup for today, though, because all the reviews, he was the outstanding player of Tuesday's game. Cannon looked really tired, and this is a case of why we not put Cannon on the bench, and and the other thing is, well, Marcus, why is he on the starting 11? Because from what I heard, he didn't play very well at all. Missed quite a few sitters, and obviously missed the penalty as well. So it's
yeah. Well, I'll try and having watched the game, I reckon that you know, Cameron, and why do you keep calling him Cameron Byers? George Byers was our brightest spark for me. And I think he was the only one that you could kind of merit any kind of decent performance to. I'd see where you're coming from with Marquis. He wasn't very good. Cannon did look knackered. So, you know, whether he will go off at some point during the second half, I'm not sure. My one, and I don't know if you saw, I got a little bit angry about a certain Mr. Sean Raggett on Tuesday night in the stream. I did speak my mind a little bit. I over sort of shared a little bit more than normally. I just commentate and it stays in there, but it came out of my mouth on Tuesday. And you know, he had probably the worst performance he's had in a Pompey shirt. I would have seriously swapped Jack back for him. I know that they were playing alongside each other and Rasmus would have been in the one on the bench, but it's something we've been calling for. And I actually remember, I think it must have been Richard, you said that you'd like to see the partnership of Jack Watmore and Rasmus Nicolaisen together. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
So is that something that, you know, why is that?
There's got to be something with Raggett, isn't there, where he's played almost every single game this season, no matter whether he puts, you know, okay, yeah, he is pretty, you know, has been pretty solid. But, you know, to have this shocker that he had on Tuesday to then be put, you know, to be put in, you know, Bolton, you know, has played well the games he's played. Okay, there was that misjudge with the header or he headed the ball back. But, you know, is he the scapegoat that, you know, he's the one that's dropped, you know, for Nicolaisen to come in? You know, I don't know. You know, it's one of them, isn't it? It's just strange.
Absolutely. And finally, finally, Richard, before we speak to Sean, you know, your assessment on why Kenny Jackett is in attendance today. And I've asked everyone I've spoken to so far this, but is it because of that really bad night on Tuesday?
Well, I think his operation probably went well. You know, he wants some fresh air. You know, go and see some good quality Championship football. I think that's what he did. But what I did find funny actually when I came on for the last 15 minutes of the show on Tuesday was you and your dad's facial expressions and Sean's when you were having a chat with Sean. It just looked like, it doesn't look like this has been a good game. You know. Like a terrible.
And then the joke at the end just topped it all off.
I hope your dad's got some more today.
He'll have some lined up. He's going to be here in. Well, I hope he's going to make it here before kickoff. But he's got plenty. And it's just they come at the most strange times as well. Like when you least expect one, he just plucks it out the top drawer. It's anyway. Richard, thank you very much for speaking to us, mate. We will see you in sort of an hour or so once we're at the halftime whistle, and hopefully we will be discussing something of a decent performance.
Fantastic. I'll catch you a bit later.
Speech in a sec, mate. Enjoy the game. That was Richard, who's very kindly joined us. And right on cue, Mr. Alex Hayward is almost ready to join us. Before he does drop in and say hello, we're going to have a look at something that I sort of knocked up and discovered during the week. And this is if the season finished today on the points per game basis. I know it was a couple of weekends ahead this time last year, but if we had a similar situation where we had a season curtailment, it's all right, Alex, you take your time, mate. I'll drag it on a little bit. We might go to Sean and then back to Alex, but here we go. Here is the points per game algorithm worked out, and this is what League One would look like if it finished today. Here we go. As you can see, Pompey would win the league. Second place would be Doncaster Rovers. Oxford would be top of the playoffs alongside Hull City, Peterborough, Charlton. And funny enough, Rochdale would just missed out on a playoff place. So as I say, if the season was decided as it was last year, that would be what we were looking at this moment in time. Pompey's goals per game, much better than they were at this point last season. And the 45 goals scored, which is almost the most in the league, just behind Hull City by a goal. I wonder what a certain retro shirt Sean makes of that. That was quite a good find, wasn't it?
That was an awesome find, yeah. I can't believe it. I think it's pretty rough on Old Lincoln because they wouldn't even make it into the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, that's just something I thought I'd throw out there for you. My question to you, I wasn't actually going to play the points per game I was going to play that for Alex. So I'm going to play the overlay that I was going to play for you. This is going to be the goals for Pompey so far this season, and we will have a discussion after we've had a look at some stats. these days we are very stat heavy on the channel, but there we go. Pompey dominating in all departments, in the goals and attacking wise. And, you know, given that we dominate in every department, and that is our season so far, by the way, compared to Blackpool's on the right-hand side, and you can see that they've scored 11 goals less than us overall. But given that domination that we have over them as a mid-table side, and given that we dominate in every department on a mid-table side, goals don't decide games, do they? But we've just looked at the points per game, and they're decided on the goals. So,
yeah,
what do you reckon?
Well, you know, it's like all these things. You want to win by a healthy margin, but if you're scoring goals and letting in goals as well, and our defence has been a bit suspect recently, as we saw the other night, you know, we need to be scoring and not conceding, you know, and Jacket really needs to shore up the defence, which has been, to be fair to Jacket, the strength of Pompey. You know, we've managed to actually score goals but not concede too many, and maybe that's why we focus in on the Raggett Howlers. But he has been out of the defence the weakest out of all of them, and you know, is that because he is pretty solid, but out of all the defenders we've had in that back line, he's the one that I sort of about unsettled to when he gets the ball at his feet. You know, and I would like to see either Rasmussen, Watmore, or Bolton or Watmore, and just see how that changes things.
Yeah, well, what do you make of Bolton being nowhere to be seen this afternoon, Sean? Is that something that surprised you somewhat?
Very much so. Yeah, very much so, because you know, I think he's been solid. He hasn't done anything to put a foot wrong in the last few games. You know, I think the fact that he's been there and we didn't look suspect initially, and he just stepped into the team. He was like he's always been there, and he actually gave Raggett some confidence. So I don't know. You know, is he being made the scapegoat? Possibly, because you know, there's no doubt they had to drop a defender from the last game, but I thought Bolton was the stronger of the two.
Yeah, well, the phrase scapegoat was used as we've been chatting about that this afternoon. I'm just very surprised that Sean Raggett's not been dropped. But as Adam quite rightly said a minute ago, let me just find the comment. There's a brief interlude while I scroll up. There you go. Raggett is in the squad no matter what he does. He could run over Kenny Jackett's cat and he'd still be in. And to be honest, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't much truth in that. I don't know. That's been the story of the season, hasn't it? That Raggett's been ever present no matter what he does.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's part of Kenny's thinking. He likes that spine of Raggett with Naylor in front, and I wonder if that's what he's building the team around, and that's why Raggett is a key member to that team. I don't see how personally, but maybe that's what Raggett's thinking. I was quite surprised. I heard Byers is out today as well.
Yes, and I made a point of putting him in the thumbnail as well because I thought he had a really good game last week. So that was nice from Kenny. So thanks for that if you're watching.
But I think that's probably because of the 4-4-2 formation, because they have to.
Something he probably doesn't suit. Yeah,
and you know, it's been our star performance. You can't really leave him out, so that's probably why. And I can understand that.
Sean Measer said, "Is he in the team for headed goals? Perhaps. I mean, he does seem to score all of them, doesn't he?" Just one more thing. There's a lot of love for the frame shirts as well, Sean. So there we go. And people are wanting a bit of Aaron's tank. He will join us very shortly. Sean, thank you very much for that, mate. And hopefully, give us a score prediction. What are you expecting?
I'm hoping the boys bounce back today. I'm going to go for a 3-1 Pompey.
Okay, no problem at all. Excellent. Right, Sean, let's speak to Alex. We will see you at halftime or full-time, mate. See you very shortly. I had it was a conversation over messages with Alex about Bristol Rovers and how we desperately needed to pick up 3 more points. Well, before we get you in, Alex, let's have a look and see what actually went wrong against Bristol Rovers. Here we go. So as you can see there, that's the home side on the left and Pompey on the right. Look at the shots on target. Both got 6. Possession, Pompey massively dominating. Shots, chances created, big chances, accurate passes, you name it. The only thing that Rochdale, who am I talking about? Bristol Rovers were better at were being offside. So somehow we managed to go and lose that game 3-1, even having 17 shots against their 9. Alex, what is it that you put that down to, mate? And Sean is still in, and I will take him out. Sorry, that's my bad. What went wrong on Tuesday, mate?
Mate, what went? Yeah, I don't know is the answer. 45 minutes in, I mean, we get to half time and I was thinking I had no idea how we were losing. But that's the Pompey way. We were losing. We had to regroup, and then we came out and probably had the worst 45 that we've all seen in a very long time. So I don't know if it was just, speechless, mate. I just couldn't believe it. I mean, 1-0 up with Marquis, I thought, yeah, right, we'll steamroll this. This is us away from home this season. We've been good. We'll get 3 points here, and alas, we then lose 3-1.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's probably a really good way of describing it. What do you expect for today then, mate? Things have got to be put behind us, changed around somewhat, haven't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, mate, we've got to kick on somehow. We got to bounce back. But I mean, I think it's this season or something. There's a stat, and we haven't lost 2 on the bounce. So it shows we've got a bit of resilience in the team. But we're going back to, I think it looks like a 4-4-2. I don't know if you've just discussed it. Is that what you put it down, 4-4-2 today?
I would have thought probably, yeah.
It's just I can't understand. I think there's a lot of us that don't understand why do we keep changing back to a 4-2-3-1 and lose a game and then go back to 4-4-2 and win. Just stick to it. But yeah, so. And I heard you talking about Raggett. I don't know what was going through his head I don't know what's going through his head most weeks, to be fair. but to try what he did on the edge of the box and then go into the box and then foul the player, that's just prime Sean Raggett, really, wasn't it?
Exactly. That, yeah. Don't look back on that with fond memories, do we? But regardless, he's in the side this afternoon, and Alex, he'll probably go and score a hat-trick this afternoon.
Yeah, probably. Exactly. That'll be Sean Raggett in a nutshell. But it's surprising, I think. Jack not coming back in, and Rasmus playing instead. He's bang on for a booking in the first 10 minutes because he loves the challenge. But Bolton, there must be. Have you heard anything about Bolton as to why he's not in there?
I just don't know why he's not been featured. I hope the only reason is that he might have picked up a slight knock that we haven't heard about, because he had a brilliant couple of days. So not couple of days. He hasn't had a brilliant couple of days, but.
I didn't think it was him that was the problem at centre half on Tuesday, but yeah, I don't know. And I hear from I think Neil Allen's reported that Kenny is in the stadium today, so don't know if that will help the players at all, but it might make a difference.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, given he was meant to be out for sort of 4 games or so, I asked everyone, I've pretty much spoken to everyone about this, but it'd be interesting to see your viewpoint on it, Alex. Do you think because it was so poor on Tuesday that he's thought, right, I need to go back early? Like almost like you've had a substitute teacher and misbehaved on Tuesday and you got your real teacher back on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been. I think there's a few players in this side that probably don't mind if Kenny's there or not. I think there's a few players that won't miss him, and one being, Ronan Curtis. I thought he might come out on Tuesday and think, Kenny's not here. Kenny doesn't kind of play me as much as I want him to play me. I'll go prove a point now that I don't need him to be on the sideline. But he was absolutely woeful, as he has been a lot of the time when he's played for us, especially this season. So yeah, it's a strange one. Obviously, it's different. And I don't know if there was more to what has happened with Kenny. I think that it can't just be, simply removing a mole from the arm, because you wouldn't take that much time out. But then equally, it might have gone better than he thought, or he might have got some news, and that's why he's back today. Because I doubt, he would have just jumped the gun if things weren't right.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not like someone like Kenny Jackett to not kind of go along with, he's a very law-abiding citizen, isn't he? Yeah. So by the book, absolutely. Alex, it's been a pleasure to have you on, mate. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you for coming on again, and we will speak to you very soon.
Yes, mate. All right, let's get 3 points.
Let's do it. Thanks, mate. And that was Alex. He's very kindly joined us. And now it is the moment you've all been waiting for. Bang on 10-3. As we said it was going to be, Aaron joins us. And before we speak to Aaron, we're going to have a quick look at the... let's get him in now. Let's say hello to Aaron. Welcome along, mate. I hope you're doing really well. You're going to give us... I'm very well, mate. You get a nice tank, by the way. Thank you for including that. There was a lot of people calling for it, so... Absolutely. Let's. We had a look at them just a moment ago, but just for everyone's benefit who might just be joining us, this is what happened against Bristol Rovers statistics-wise on Tuesday night. So you can see it's all gone a little bit pear-shaped, hasn't it? Given the way we were dominating the possession on the ball, we had 17 shots to their 9, created double the chances, 3 times the big chances, and way more accurate passes, and the pass success was much better as well. The only thing that Bristol Rovers were better at was being offside. So that's kind of I don't know. Let's make of that what you will. But as you can see, there's 6 shots on target for either side, Aaron, and somehow we went on to lose that one 3-1. What did you make of it? And what are the? I think you said the 5 things that went really well. Is that what you were going to tell us about?
Yeah. I will say them after I tell you about the game, because they're 5 decent things, but we underestimated them. Underestimated Bristol Rovers. Sorry. That's why they changed the formation. Formation was completely wrong, clueless. I anticipated the players would all step up and everything in support of Jacket. They all went to sleep because he wasn't there. So it actually affected the players more than I actually thought it would do. And then at the end of the game with Gallen as well, he's turned around and said we had an outstanding second half.
I heard that, yeah. I see. I thought we were outstanding second. Outstanding?
That's why Kenny's back. That's why he's gone. The other thing as well is since that game, yesterday was the very first day since the game that any of the players has been on social media. No one was on Twitter for a couple of days. So I think Kenny's had the op come in and he's chucked the nail down saying, right, that's it. No social media. You're working your butts off now. And then you've got to step up. If you want to go up as champions, which I strongly believe we will still be champions, but we've got to step up. They have got to put in a shift today. You watch Raggett today, he's going to be outstanding. And Marquis is going to get a couple of goals as well. So there you go, little thing there first. Fingers crossed. But the players will put in a shift today. It's going to be tough at Blackpool. Like you had Matey from Blackpool earlier on. It is going to be tough. But as long as we can step up and like Kenny's there. So they've got no excuses now. And I think Kenny just thought, what the hell was going on Tuesday? The reason why they've done the formation is because we underestimated them. He thought, right, we just go at this formation, but it didn't work. Did not work. We know the 4-4-2 works, and that's what we got to keep playing for. The players are good, but they're not good in that position and that formation. That is why we need to do the 4-4-2.
Aaron, I've got some breaking news from a reliable source in Alex Hayward. He says, sounds like Craig McGilvery has picked up a knock in the warm-up. I don't know whether that means that he will be out of the starting 11. I am going to do my very best to try and find out whether that is going to be the case or not. And hopefully...
he's actually back from injury as well now.
He appeared to. I'm reading from Neil Allen from Pompey News. Craig McGilvery has appeared to collect an injury during shooting practice, waiting to see whether Lewis Ward now comes into the team. Knock-on effect could see Bolton on the bench after all, which is an interesting point to make, isn't it?
That is interesting. Yeah,
that would be a very, very late. What is it now? 6 minutes to 3. That's only been in the last couple of minutes or so that we've seen that. Your face told the story, Aaron, but that would be disastrous for us. Craig McGilvery, I would say, is probably one of the best goalkeepers in the league. Definitely statistics.
Oh, he is the best. He's definitely the best goalkeeper.
Probably. Well, our goal difference is the best, isn't it? So that would suggest that.
Yeah. That just we just got to make sure that if he does get subbed and a different replacement goalkeepers on, then he's need to take charge. He needs to do what McGilvery does and just controls everything, because he's been outstanding this season. And getting a knock like that, it makes me a bit wonder. I was hoping to have at least 3-4 goals, but I can actually see them scoring a couple if we have another substitute keeper in. So it's a bit worrying, but hopefully it's nothing too serious. Because if it is serious and he's out for a couple of weeks, that might actually put a damp squid on everything.
It's been a great week, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
I don't think it could get much worse.
Well, I have got 5 things that were actually excellent on Tuesday night.
Go for it, mate. Give us a bit of hope, because it all seems like it's going a bit pear-shaped.
Right. The first thing was the chocolate orange, the muffin, the bowl of fruit, the fish, and the turtles. That was the only things on Tuesday that was sensational.
That's brilliant. That's excellent. Oh,
and I've just had someone send me a video of Paul Merson on Sky Sports Gillette Soccer Saturday, he was saying, I'm not cheering on Southampton. I want Chelsea to win because I played for Portsmouth. I've got the video. I'll send you the link and everything. It's really funny. But hopefully the players can step up and we can, it depends now because McGilvery's out. So we just need to put in a shift. And I'm glad Kenny's back because hopefully he's reprimanded all the players. And yeah, it was just, it's a day I wish to forget. It's Tuesday night because there's no way we should have lost that. And they're losing against Gillingham at the moment anyway. So it's just, yeah, we need to step up. We really, really do need to step up today.
The other thing you mentioned, Paul Merson there. Mason Mount is actually a lifelong Pompey fan, isn't he? And he has scored against them today. So that is excellent to see.
David James has also put on his social media that he's actually going to do his next painting of Mount with a Portsmouth shirt on.
There we go.
There you go.
It's all good stuff, isn't it? It's all good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron, I'm currently watching that brilliant video that sort of goes through the years of Fratton Park on the big screen just before the players come out. So what we shall do, we are without Andrew for the time being. I don't quite know where he is. So I have missed a call from him in the last couple of moments. So Aaron, if you wouldn't mind just holding the fort just for a minute or two, just while I give him a quick call back, I'm going to mute my microphone. Just give us your pre-match thoughts going into today, and just keep talking until I come back.
No worries, mate. If the goalkeeper has to be changed, it just changes the whole situation of the team today. But hopefully, fingers crossed, we can actually put in a shift. We need to get that early goal. Get your score predictions in. Let's see what everyone thinks of the score and put in your first goal scorer and see who's going to be the first person to score and put what minute you reckon they're going to score as well. I'm saying 3-2 to Portsmouth today. So just get your score predictions in and then I can't read them at the moment because I can't see my other screen at the moment.
Back, don't worry. Right, let's have a look. Russ is in. What did you ask them, mate?
What their score predictions are and first goal scorer.
Right. Okay. Let's wait and see and see if we get any in. There we go. 2-0 from Lee. Marquis to score both. Rasmus is going to score. Says Joe on YouTube as well. I would love to see a bit of Rasmus. Love a goal for Rasmus. 3-2 to Pompey from LJ LFC 12. Russ is going for a 2-0 today. Aaron, I think, why don't you tell us, mate? What do you reckon the score is going to be?
I reckon because of a goalkeeper change, I reckon it's going to be 3-2 to Pompey.
Okay.
If McGilvery was in goal, I would say at least 4-0.
Yeah, cool. I can confirm Craig McGilvery is out on the pitch. He will not be replaced this afternoon. It is Craig who is in goal for Pompey. He is.
That's 4-0 then.
Mac is in goal, absolutely.
Definitely 4-0 written all over it.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Aaron, we will speak to you at half-time, mate. Thank you for jumping on. We will also speak to Alex as well at half-time. So we've got plenty more to look forward to in the stream. Right. A very good afternoon to you all and a very warm welcome along to Fournilwrittenalloverit. We are live across YouTube and Facebook, across the globe this afternoon for Portsmouth versus Blackpool. I nearly said Exeter City for some reason. I think it was because it's been it was a year to the day, wasn't it, during the week against Exeter City. There is Mr. Kenny Jackett. He is stood waiting in the wings. He is sort of stood up behind everyone. He's not on the touchline, but he is very much in and amongst it this afternoon. Hello to Vince from Malta. Let us know where you're tuning in from this afternoon, ladies and gents. And just before we get cracking, I'll talk you through the team lineup again. In goal, it is number 1, Craig McGilvery. A back four of Daniels, Nicolaisen, Raggett, Johnson, Curtis, Cannon, Naylor and Harness make up the midfield alongside Marquis and Williams up top. So that is your Pompey team lineup this afternoon. The referee is in the middle, Sam Allison. And Blackpool look like this. Is a back four of Garbett, Husband, Ballard, Lawrence, Gabriel as well, Suleiman Kaikai, Dougal, Stewart, Ward, Sims and Yates up top. Jerry Yates is the one that Ramos was saying that is definitely someone to look out for this afternoon. Hello to Russ, who's in southern Spain. Hola todos. Hola to you too, mate. Welcome along. All the way from Cow Plain. Welcome along, mate. Hope you're well. And Traditional Sons of London says, been disappointed in the last few weeks. We all have, but come on, Pompey. Hello, mate. Welcome along to the stream. From Not So Sunny Cornwall says, Colin, welcome. Indochina James joins us all the way from Thailand, which is great to see. A very warm welcome to you all, and thank you very much for joining us. Right, the players take the knee, and I'm going to very quickly write down a bit of the team news, and I will keep you updated with everything that we are now underway. We have kicked off, and Fratton Park comes to life in terms of football. It is snowing in New York State as usual. Hello to Jesse from New Zealand. Welcome along to stream, and welcome to William as well. Hello to Chris joining us all the way from Barbados. We do need a big win today, Chris. Absolutely. I would love to see us with a big win. James' husband has actually been sent off in the last couple of he hasn't been in the last couple of games, but he has been sent off twice, a total of 2 times already this season for Blackpool. So that is not the best sort of record to have, is it? But here's Marcus Harness on the left-hand side. A ball goes in from Charlie Daniels. It's an early cross. Naylor with the header, and that one will be the keepers to come and claim, and Curtis has done well. Goes down on the penalty area. He's not going to get one. It's the keeper was just looking for the ball, not looking to take Curtis down whatsoever. He has gone down very easily there, Ronan Curtis. And Chris Maxwell, you would probably say he's lucky to not... to be fair, he hasn't got the ball, has he, initially? The Blackpool captain in goal. Oh, I'm not sure, boys and girls. I'm not sure. I've just watched that back. He has not got anywhere near the ball, and he has just brought Curtis down in the box. Referee, perhaps a little bit too far away to see it, but for me, that is a borderline penalty that probably could have been given and perhaps should have been. Luke Garbutt and Sean Raggett deals with that one. That's a penalty. Lee reckons how is that not a penalty? Anthony saying that's a pen as well. Early doors in the game, early shouts for a Pompey penalty. Let's hope that that one doesn't come back to bite us up the bottom later on in the stream. I have news for you that Andrew will not be joining us until halftime, so you are stuck with me for first half commentary, but that is not a problem because plenty of you join us across YouTube and Facebook, and we are going to enjoy this first half together. Elsewhere in League One, Northampton Town, have taken the lead early doors against Milton Keynes Dons. It's this near left-hand side. Luke Garbutt on the ball now. Curtis starting on the right-hand side. He's done well to try and muscle a throw out of Luke Garbutt there for Blackpool. We are in the early stage of this one at Fratton Park. 2 and a bit minutes has been played, and I am almost done with writing down the team news because I was a little bit unprepared and did a whole hour of build-up, which I normally take to write down the teams. So my apologies for that one, but thank you very much for joining us this afternoon nonetheless. Charlie Daniels back there and back in the starting 11 for Pompey this afternoon, doing a bit of seeing off in terms of defensive duties. Kenny Jackett is in the building this afternoon, ladies and gents. He is about. And Tom said too early for a pen. Yeah, I reckon it was probably the first, the first real chance for Pompey on goal, and it might have been a bit too early doors. Interestingly enough, the dynamic that's kind of working, that's working this season. The season. What am I talking about? The dynamic that's working this afternoon is that Joe Gallen is hang on, I'll talk you through that in a second, because here come Blackpool. It's a shot across the box. Oh my word, it's a strike. Harness has got to get back there and do some defending. Charlie Daniels back up there again to deal with that one, and that is an early chance for Blackpool. Daniels saved a goal massively there. That was really, really dodge. I'm grateful that he got there, Daniels. 3 minutes 45 seconds gone. Andy Cannon on the ball now for Pompey. Plays one in to Marcus Harness. A little bit of dancing going on the ball, and here is Sean Raggett. First chance of the game for Blackpool. Didn't quite fall for them. But we are 4 minutes in nonetheless, and Pompey enjoying a little bit of possession, looking to exploit this Blackpool side that have made the long journey down to the south coast this afternoon. Marcus Harness. And as we know, Daniels is an absolute defensive trooper. He is. He's a dream of a man. There's a the whistle's gone, I think. Suleiman Kai has won a free kick for the visitors this afternoon. A very good afternoon to all of you and a warm welcome along to the channel, to the stream. If you haven't yet subscribed, please make sure you do so. Also, leave us a like down below if you haven't yet liked the stream. If you're enjoying yourself, we've got commentary coming for you all afternoon. We're here till 5 o'clock tonight. At which point I will jet off and go and sit down and relax and watch the Merseyside derby. Hopefully we will be celebrating 3 points by that point. 5 minutes has been played here at Fratton Park. Ryan Williams looking to gain down on Gabriel, but he's kept possession nonetheless. Ronan Curtis with an outstretched leg. Burton Albion are 1-0 down for their game at home to Sunderland this afternoon. They're looking to get up in the league a little bit. It was Kenneth Dougal who was looking to spread the play. I don't know if it's Dougal. Help me out with that one, boys and girls. That would be great if you could. But Kenneth Dougal, the Blackpool number 12, tried to spread a bit of play there with the outside of his boot. But as ever, Charlie Daniels was. But I think it was actually Rasmus Nikolaisen that was there to deal with that one. Marcus Harness again with the ball at his feet. He's been dispossessed, and here come Blackpool down the right-hand side again. They had a bit of a duel with Andy Cannon there, and he's managed to get a cross in, but there's no one there waiting for it as Callum Johnson will watch the ball head out of play. Charlton Athletic are 1-0 up against Fleetwood Town. So both Sunderland and Charlton in winning positions right now. There goes the cross in from Blackpool, but it's not going to trouble anyone, and that will be Craig McGilvery to go and gather. It was Suleiman Kai who put the ball across, and it came of absolutely nothing for the visitors. Good afternoon to Joe's dad. Welcome along to the stream, mate. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Curtis and Harness swapping wings. Nice to see. Distorting the opposition. It's Scouse Derby then Saturday. Yeah. Can't wait. Ant and Decker on. Or is that just a takeaway in terms of food? But Ant and Decker back nonetheless. Ron Rasmus Nikolaisen header from a corner. Great graphics and transitions. Thank you for that, Curtis. Much appreciated, mate. Glad you've enjoyed the stream so far. Yates is going to run us ragged. Yeah, hopefully that's something that we managed to deal with. Hi, straight back to Joe's dad. Give us a name for Joe's dad, Joe. I'm just referring to him as Joe's dad. I'm sure he's got a name. Coming up to 7 minutes in this one, Grant Ledbetter is the goal scorer at the Pirelli Stadium for Blackpool. For what the hell am I talking about? For Sunderland. And we are watching Blackpool here this afternoon. Tom Naylor in the centre circle finds Andy Cannon, who's twisting and turning, and eventually dispatches to Charlie Daniels. Here's Rasmus Nikolaisen, spreads the play to Sean Raggett, who some of us were saying shouldn't really be in the side this afternoon, but he is nonetheless. After a poor performance, and actually Curtis has lost out there to McGill. We needed to come quickly to deal with that one as well. It was a little bit of no, they're not 1-0 up, don't worry. Am I on earth? Jake, I am struggling this afternoon, mate, with... I enjoyed the 1 hour build up, but it's definitely something that's quite tiring, and not having a co-commentator here to guide us through things for the afternoon, at least for the first 45 minutes or so, is not going to be helpful. But Tom Lowry's got the goal for Crewe Alexandra, who have taken the lead against Swindon Town. Luke Garbett throws the ball in for Blackpool. Suleiman Kai is the man who receives it. It's all the way back now with Kenneth Dougal. And Curtis runs into and the referee blows up for a free kick in Blackpool's favour. Russ is being very precise. He normally gets these things right, ladies and gents. So listen up. 2 second half goals. The first from Curtis in the 57th minute. Russ, put the bet on that, mate. Get it on. Yeah, it's difficult. He won't be eating fruit today, mate, because it's, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But he will be here shortly nonetheless. Here we go then. Suleiman Kai looks to play the ball through for Kenneth Dougal. It's the second time I'm asking, actually. Initially, Callum Johnson managed to block the ball, but it's the blocked cross that happens subsequently. Tom Naylor's back there doing some defending duties. 0-0. Nearly 9 minutes has been played now. And good afternoon to Steve. I have a name. Welcome along to the show, Steve, and thank you very much for joining us. There's a free kick for Callum Johnson that's been conceded by Suleiman Kai, the referee. Blows up for, I reckon it was Pompey's first foul of the afternoon. Right. 10 minutes nearly now. Did anyone see Darren Drysdale at Portman Road on Tuesday? That was hilarious. Absolutely love seeing that. But I was talking earlier before we had a little bit of a flurry of action at Fratton Park. The fact that Joe Gallen is on the touchline making the commands or calling the shots, should we say, and Kenny Jackett is lurking behind underneath the style stand. I'm sure he will be feeding back and being able to watch the game in person this afternoon is perhaps what he has preferred to do. And if he's kind of taken it easy from the sidelines, then so be it. Good morning to Darren, who joins us all the way from Vancouver. Very warm welcome along to the stream, mate. Hope you're well. And here is Charlie Daniels, who will take a free kick, which is almost exactly on the halfway line for Pompey. 10 minutes has been played. Forgive me while I take a quick sip of water. Charlie Daniels moving his hands about just to make sure that everyone is in order. Fires one. It's a floater. It's towards the edge of the box and it misses completely everyone. And Raggett is claiming that it came off a tangerine shirt, and it did. The referee signals for a corner, and the goalkeeper, Chris Maxwell, protests his innocence. I don't think it was actually him that touched it. It would have been, I think it was Daniel Ballard that got the... Let's have a look. Oh, no, he did header it, Daniel Ballard. Cannon being tightly marked needs to keep his cool. Absolutely. Not going to allow him any space, are they? They've obviously been watching the Fournilwrittenalloverit streams because we've been singing his praises all season so far. Now Blackpool will break, courtesy of Suleiman Kaikai. He's working his way down the pitch. He's laid it off to his colleague on this left-hand side, Grant Ward. He's actually playing on the opposite side as was initially advertised. Tom Naylor looks to prevent him putting the cross in, but he doesn't do so. That one doesn't beat the first man. Callum Johnson cries for handball, but Pompey will keep the ball, so it shouldn't matter too much. Ronan Curtis will chase, and as an attempt to clear, but Curtis will run into the box, and that's a corner ball. A little bit of dodgy defensive work done there by Daniel Ballard, who doesn't look like he's on the firmest of ground here at Fratton Park, and Curtis has done well. Initially, it was a boot away that he tried to sort of deal with it conclusively, Daniel Ballard. He didn't do so at all. Curtis tried to knock it one way. Ballard got his legs in the way and he's conceded a corner in the process. Still 0-0, and you're watching a Fournilwrittenalloverit live stream. And good afternoon to Sully, who's joined us for the stream. A very warm welcome along. And I hope you're well. Good to see you back in. 11 minutes has been played now. Pompey's second corner of the afternoon. Both of them have come on this near side, and both of them have been taken by Charlie Daniels, who returns to the starting 11 this afternoon. Here it comes, left-footed, ball in, and it's not a bad effort. And it was Rasmus Nikolaisen with an opportunity. It was just wide of the left-hand post. Back from a bit of childbirth, Rasmus Nikolaisen. Not his child, but I assume it was his wife that gave birth, not him. He rises the highest, Rasmus Nikolaisen, but he has headed wide after the corner whipped in by the ex-AFC Bournemouth man, Charlie Daniels. Here comes the free kick from Chris Maxwell. Works his way sort of 3/4 of the way out the pitch, and then Tom Naylor wins the header, which Suleiman Kaikai will eventually run onto. Curtis protests his innocence. The referee blows up for a foul. He was retracting with his arms like that, Ronan Curtis, at the time, but I believe it was a foul. He's having a little conversation with it about the referee, but no, he's caught him. I don't know how he's caught him. He was doing that at the time, so he's caught him with his you-know-what, actually, there, Ronan Curtis. Nonetheless, it will be a Suleiman Kaikai free kick. Craig McGilvery just lining up his wall. MK Dons have equalised against Northampton Town. They are on level terms at Stadium MK. MK Dons 1, Northampton 1 so far this afternoon. Thanks, George. Much appreciated, mate. And Kaikai does look dangerous. Seen the most of the ball for Blackpool this afternoon. It'll be a delivery into the box, and it needed saving from Craig McGilvery. He didn't take any chances. Sorry. It is his child, but he didn't give birth to it, mate. It was probably his wife or partner. Sorry. Make myself clear, Jake. Did need save. Well, did it need saving? Craig McGilvery just didn't want to take any chances there. And this will be Blackpool's, I don't know. Well, they have had a couple of corners so far this afternoon. Suleiman Kaikai is the man trotting over to this near touchline to take it. We are 14 minutes into this one now. Here comes the corner. It's actually Grant Ward who's come short for this one. He will be the option used. The corner's actually worked its way back all the way sort of 30 yards out, and Marcus Harness up there doing the pressing for Pompey. Plenty of bodies still in the penalty area for Blackpool. They play a bit of a triangle around the Pompey defence, and Blackpool work their way back down this left-hand side with Suleiman Kaikai now. Finds Garbett, and that one will be out, and it will be a Pompey throw-in. Russ has said, interestingly enough, when the comment comes up, which it hasn't done yet, we'll go to Philip's comment first. He said he's hoping for a good win today. What, 3-0 Pompey? Let's hope so, mate. Officials at Bloomfield Road say, can they have their stats back, please, Tom? Russ, initially, mate, I was... Very funny. Right, here comes Ryan Williams now. He's done not very much to merit anything interesting so far this afternoon. It's just been a sort of run onto it and hope for the best so far from Ryan Williams. Nothing conclusive on the ball for him yet. I know he's had a lot of the ball so far, Oscar. He's done quite well so far this afternoon in terms of his possession, but it hasn't led to anything conclusively threatening for the visiting side Blackpool this afternoon. And here comes Marcus Harness, plays in Ryan Williams. Get your words right, Chappell. Here comes the ball in. It's not going to be a ball in. He's going to opt to play it back to Charlie Daniels on the left-hand side. I believe it's John Marquis. What is he doing on the touchline? Andy Cannon now driving forward, sieving through the Blackpool defence now, and Marcus Harness can't quite get the touch that he wants. And 16 minutes has been played, and it will be a Pompey throw-in on that far side in the corner of the Milton End and North Stand, where we were not too long ago to watch the Blues against Fleetwood Town. It feels like an age away, but it was only a couple of months ago now. Throw-in taken short. Harness down by the corner flag. He's had the ball taken off him. It was Gabriel who's cleared it long now for Pompey. Sorry, not for Pompey, for Blackpool, and Pompey will receive that ball that was sent long. It's Rasmus Nikolaisen who has the white ball between his feet. He looks to find Sean Raggett, and the ball is back with him again, playing it across the back now. Raggett emerges from the edge of the D and looks to head forward in a positive manner. Tom Naylor is the man found. Pompey just looking to galvanise a little bit of possession together before perhaps exploiting Blackpool with the next attack. Andy Cannon falls over the ball. No foul committed there. Well, there was now. Yeah, I was going to say he fell over initially, and then the Blackpool players are working hard to get it off him while he was on the ground. Andy Cannon, sorry. Probably wouldn't have given the free kick if I wasn't a Pompey fan. But there we go. Swindon have drawn level with Crewe. Thank you very much, Anthony, for keeping us updated with that one. It is a Travis Johnson own goal there. Swindon Town looking to get back to a little bit of decent form. A little bit topsy-turvy for them down in the lower echelons. Echelons? Echelon? No, that's not a word, is it? What's the word I'm looking for? Someone help me out who knows what they're talking about. Maxwell under pressure there from Ryan Williams. Nearly got to nick the ball off him. Played forward by Husband. Raggett came across, and that's beyond Johnson. Cannon plays the ball sort of sideways and backwards to Charlie Daniels. He tries to find Ryan Williams on the outside. Echelons. Is that right? Echelon, like the bottom bit. The lower echelon. Oh. Echelons. Yeah, we'll go with that. Thanks for that, Harry. Appreciate it. There goes the challenge in from Curtis, and the referee's going to blow up for a foul. Luke Garbett's not happy. I believe he's going to go in the book for that, actually, because that didn't look good. And the referee, Sam Allison, is probably going to have a word with Luke Garbett. Did I say Pompey player to another Blue player? Oh, sorry. That's what you would say, Russ. I'm trying to... Yeah, it's quite a distance away from me. So if I get a few names wrong, I do apologise. But I appreciate the kind words about the commentary. Hull City have taken the lead against Doncaster Rovers. Doncaster are down yet again. It is Hull City. Mickey, legend, has gone and Googled it. Echelon is a level or rank in an organisation, profession or society. So I'm right in saying that Swindon Town are in the lower echelons of League One right now. That's what I was going with, just to clear that one up. Ronan Curtis receiving a little bit of treatment on this near side. Blackpool are very much involved in a deep discussion as they all take sips of water from the communal crate. And meanwhile, there's not a lot of Pompey discussion going on as Ronan Curtis is having this magic spray. And it was he did go in the book, Luke Garbutt, during a 50-50 challenge. He does look in a little bit of pain, Ronan Curtis, but hopefully he should be okay to carry on. It's Malik Wilkes who's got the goal for Hull City at the London North Eastern Road Stadium in Doncaster. And I'm hoping that Curtis will be all right to carry on. I believe he will do. He's having a little bit of a sip of water there, Ronan Curtis. Echelons, not echelons. Thank you. I cannot believe we are still discussing that word, but there we go. Not a lot of football to tell you about right now, as I'm currently looking at Joe Gallen standing on the touchline with his arms folded. Ronan Curtis just trying to work off that injury. I think he's going to be okay to crack on, hopefully, Ronan Curtis. Callum Johnson is standing over the free kick to take for Pompey. 20.5 minutes has been played. You would probably argue that a couple of minutes will now be added on for that injury. Here comes that ball in from Callum Johnson towards the edge of the area. John Marcus is waiting below it, but it was Daniel Ballard who got the nearest to it. This is Charlie Daniels who tries to do a 1-2 with Marcus Harness, who hasn't quite been at his usual quality. Here we go. Ball is played up towards Rasmus Nikolaisen, who controls it with relative ease. He will fire a ball over the top, looking to find Ryan Williams, but he can't do so. And again, there's Lawrence Gabriel, actually, who's back there. And it will be a Pompey throwing inside their own half. It is 0-0 at this moment in time. You're watching Fournilwritten all over it. Classy show with $10 words. Are you liking William? I've seen some comments from you, mate. You're a great supporter of the show, but you do like me to mix up the vocab. So that's what I'm attempting to do for you this afternoon, and I do try and do it as much as I can. Here we go then. Nearly 22 minutes, so nearly halfway through this first half. There's a ball that's been fired down this near touchline that Sean Raggett will look to deal with. He can't do so with enough certainty, and that one goes out for a Blackpool corner, which will be taken by Suleiman Kaikai for the however many times I've said his name this afternoon. Just my phone letting me know that Luke Garbutt's had a yellow card, but that was a couple of moments ago now. Adam, all I am going to say, mate, is watch this space, because there is something coming relatively soon. Not quite working in the Pompey media team, but there is. If you saw what I did about a year ago, that probably gives you a little bit of a clue. But I am not going to say any more for now. Ronan Curtis is looking to chase this ball down up towards halfway, but he can't do so, and the ball is there with Grant Ward for Blackpool, but Andy Cannon's managed to win it off him. Finds Tom Naylor, who opts to try and find Ronan Curtis. And it's going to be a foul for Ronan Curtis there. And he has been fouled an awful lot so far on this near touchline. Game is still goalless. 23 minutes has been played. There's a bit of a push. Not an awful lot in it there. Right, Charlie Daniels is going to be taking this one. There is no one else. No one else there stood over it, so we're not going to deceive the opposition by any stretch of the imagination here as to who will be the free kick taker. Naylor's just hanging back slightly for Pompey, just in case a Blackpool counter-attack should arise. The ball goes in. It's not a bad delivery. Keeper comes, doesn't quite conquer, and Curtis misses it completely, and it will be behind her. The referee signalled for a goal kick, and Curtis is incensed by that because he thought he would hopefully have won a corner out of that one. Let's just watch it again. Yeah, it has. It did come off of Ellis Sims, actually. Surprised that wasn't given as a corner, but it's a difficult one. And Hull City are 2-0 up against Doncaster Rovers inside 25 minutes. big news if you're a Pompey fan. Good afternoon to Chris, checking in from Bergamo in Italy. You've missed an hour of build-up, Chris. We went early. We kicked off at 2 o'clock this afternoon, at least on the channel. 3 o'clock kickoff as usual here at Fratton Park, and Callum Johnson can't do anything to prevent that one from going over the near touchline. But a very good afternoon to you, Chris, and a very warm welcome along to the stream. Hello to Abby, who's joined us yet again. The 4-0 team is just a one-man band so far for the commentary anyway. We've had, who did we speak to? We spoke to George Ramos, who's a Blackpool Town fan who was part of our team today. Brendan, hopefully we'll speak to Mike soon. Adam Poirier, the legend himself, another legend. Richard joined us. Alex Hayward dropped in and gave us some real insight into his thoughts of Bristol Rovers, and we're also discussing today as well Retro Shirt Sean, the ever-present and the ever-knowledgeable Retro Shirt Sean. And then to finish us off with our build-up, it was Aaron and his infamous fish tank who told us that the 5 best things that happened on Tuesday night were the fruit, the chocolate orange, and I can't remember what the rest of them were, but nothing to do with the game. It was all to do with the stream. 25 minutes has been, that's what you've missed, mate. And I'm gutted that you weren't here to see it because we had a lot of fun. Hello to Angela. Good afternoon to you and a very warm welcome along to the stream. It is a good Fournilwrittenalloverit written all over it family, Anthony. Absolutely. Anthony or Anthony? Let me know, mate, because I know that must irritate you if there's a bit of a slight difference there. But here come Blackpool now, and Sean Raggett's back there on defensive duties. He hasn't done too badly. Suleiman Kai, I know, said it again, but he's on the ball, so I've got to tell you about it. And that will be a Blackpool corner on this near side. Any news on Close? Running late, but looking great. That is a phrase for life, Abby. If I ever turn up late somewhere. Running great, but at least I'm looking great. And one of the other things that someone told me once was looking good is better than looking where you're going. And that's kind of stuck with me. As a Blackpool cross comes in, which is dangerous. And again, it was a bit of a Sean Raggett-esque header there from someone who should be looking to do a little bit more to challenge Craig McGilvery there in the shape of Ellis Sims, who scored a couple so far for Blackpool. And it one's high, looping over the crossbar. Anthony answers to both. I'm going to go for Anthony because I don't know why I say Anthony. Because most people are Anthony, not Anthony. I think is that the way it works? Let me know if you're an Anthony or an Antony. I'd love to hear from you. Kenny Jackett again. You can just see him lurking at the sort of back end of the technical area on the south stand. Would probably be occlused from view. There's another one, occlused, $10 word. Andrew has not been fired, Russ. Do not worry. He will be joining us very shortly. Sorry. Yes, Ben Close, I haven't got a clue, to be honest, Joe. I couldn't tell you where he is. It's actually going to be a free kick on this near side as James' husband has a little bit of a chat with the referee. Mallow, we were discussing this before the game, mate, and no one has the answer to this. I reckon the phrase Portsmouth's biggest weak link is probably fair enough from my point of view. Anthony, we'll go for Anthony. There we go. Yeah, weakest link, boys and girls, let me know. For you, is Sean Raggett Pompey's weakest link right now as Ronan Curtis is preparing to take a free kick on this right-hand side? A 6'6" weak, 6'6" weak link, not a 6-inch weak link. Might be. He's 6'6", absolutely. And William saying yes. Angela saying yes too. So there we go. Pretty conclusive. Ronan Curtis with the ball in, and it's a dangerous one. It's a strike from Harness. And how did that one stay out? Oh my word! Rasmus Nikolaison's just had oh my word! Nikolaison's just he slammed it. That had to go in. Let's watch it again. Harness. How did the first one not go in? And then it was Rasmus from about 5.5 yards out. How did he miss that? Anyway, we're getting closer. Charlie Daniels is taking another corner for Pompey. Oh, my word. How has that not gone in? That is absolutely disgraceful. And Harness has got a look of disbelief on his face. How has that not made its way into the back of the net? Charlie Daniels now fires one into the box. And that one's well wide of the target. And it's a goal kick. And it is still 0-0 here at Fratton Park. And hopefully it will not be for too much longer, because that was a really decent opportunity for Pompey. And one I'm surprised wasn't converted, actually, from Marcus Harness. And from Rasmus Nikolaisen as well. And a very special guest is just... Are you coming to join us? Or are you? Wonderful. He's coming to watch the game with us, ladies and gents. A very good afternoon to Andrew. You give me a perfect opportunity to do some overlays. So thank you for coming to join us. Hope you're well.
Tom.
Welcome along.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Busy working, mate, but I'm back now.
We have just... you've just missed a golden opportunity for both Marcus Harness and Rasmus Nikolaisen. It was... To call it cleared off the line is an understatement.
Say 1-0?
Because I'm just preparing overlays, because I'm so confident that we are going to go a goal ahead very soon.
Oh, we're playing well.
Good afternoon to Andrew, says Ollie. Ollie and his dad are watching this afternoon.
Hello, Ollie. Good afternoon, mate.
No, sorry, that's not... Was that Ollie and his dad, or was that Joe? I think it was Joe and his dad. Sorry, I'm getting confused. There you go. Joe's saying hello to you as well. Amy says good afternoon, Andrew. Amy, if I missed your comment earlier, I do apologise, but welcome to the stream. Hello to Alex Furnace too.
Thanks, how are you doing, mate?
There we go. Welcome along.
Thank you. And how are we playing, Tom?
We're playing very well. I was kind of hoping that you were going to talk for a little bit, just to give me a chance to airdrop some overlays. Would you mind doing that for me for a moment?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Do that. Tell the boys and girls how you think today's going to go, and what you'd like to see, given it was such a poor night on Tuesday, as Marquis is receiving a little bit of due care and attention.
Yeah, I'm a disappointing Tuesday.
Oh, sorry. Sean has put in the... Oh, there, it's gone. Sean has put in the private chat. He's wearing your favourite shirt. Good afternoon, shipmate. Ahoy and ahoy.
This is my favourite shirt, Sean. You might remember, mate. I love
Seeing as Sean is a retro shirt, Sean, he knows his stuff.
Yeah, this is my...
God, a lot of love for Andrew. I didn't get this when I joined the stream. Everyone's saying hello to you.
Well, that's because I'm popular and you're not, Tom.
That's very true. That's very true. You are the man, aren't you?
And it's all about the style of the shirt. I love this shirt.
Yeah. You like doing a silly dance in it as well.
No, I keep this one really precious for special occasions like match day.
Yeah. The only thing I'd like to see is it with a Nike tick rather than a Sondico one on it.
Well, I could get a pen.
So, you could, but that would be a bit of a bodge job. Sunderland have doubled their lead.
Raggett's got it under control.
See, Daniel's made it clear. We're all here for Andrew. Really, Andrew's our favourite.
Exactly.
It's not what we like to see.
It's exactly what people are thinking.
Anyway, it is a yellow card that we need to tell you about, and it's gone for Ellis Sims for Blackpool. That is the second caution that the referee, Sam Allison, has dished out this afternoon. Blackpool have won 3 of their last 4 league games. They're not looking like they're going to so far. Pompey with the majority of the chances in this first half, Andrew. You'll be pleased to know. We had one cleared off the line, was probably the biggest opportunity from both Marcus Harness and then Rasmus Nikolaisen. Doncaster have got one back against Hull City. They were 2-0 up Hull. It is now 2-1 to the away side.
I'd like to see that a draw, Tom, wouldn't we?
We'd probably like to actually see more of a Hull win, actually, just because Doncaster are so up close behind us. Darren wants to know where's the fruit. That's incredible. Darren joins us all the way from Vancouver, and he wants to know where your fruit is.
Well, I can tell you, Darren, I don't eat the fruit until after dinner, mate. I have a fruit dinner first, then fruit after that. And it's not a ritual, but it's the way I do that, because I run quite a lot and I swim a lot. Obviously not swimming at the moment, but I do normally swim a lot.
Russ said that's an Andrew lookalike. Andrew's not been seen since Bristol Rovers.
No, Andrew has not been seen since. In fact, I've been still mourning after the Bristol Rovers result.
It was very, very upsetting, wasn't it?
It was disgraceful, Tom.
It was not good at all. In fact, there we go. Looking very suave with that shirt, Andrew. Okay.
Thanks, Alex, mate. Everyone talk to me about that.
Back to the game. Aaron has said, nice to need to put those chances away. Could end up being wasted opportunities.
Aaron, that would be my fear. I've only just come in and started to watch us play. We look like it's a much better game than against Bristol Rovers. I don't really know what happened against Bristol Rovers. We seem to be tight and sort of messy, didn't we? We didn't seem to get a grip of the game. But
messy's a great way to describe it.
From what I've
not
seen,
lean or messy. Not lean or messy. Just clarify.
Not lean or messy.
No.
Seems to be a little bit more open this game, doesn't it? People, they're both maybe it's because Blackpool are a better side. I don't know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right, 35 minutes has been played. We are 10 minutes away from the break. Wigan are 1-0 up in their game against... Oh, no, they were 1-0 up against Lincoln City, but Lincoln City, have, as quick as they were 1-0 up, they have equalised. So it is Wigan Athletic 1, Lincoln City 1.
That's going to end up with a Lincoln win, I think.
Let's hope so. I'm pleased to see.
No, I hope so. Wigan will want to win.
Sorry, you said it was looking like a Lincoln. I thought you said looking like a Wigan win. A Wigan win. Looking like a Wigan win. Chris Maxwell has taken a goal kick for the away side this afternoon.
So what's the lineup then, Tom? Is it 2 up front?
It's 4-4-2, mate.
Oh,
it is
really?
4-4-2.
What a surprise!
You have been busy. You haven't even had a chance to stop and look at the lineup. There you go. You can have a look at that. I'll chat for a little moment or two.
I can see it on the pitch. I didn't know the formation. That was all.
Yeah, no, you can see who's on the pitch. Oh, St. Prince Charles has arrived at London Hospital. Oh no, he's
treating his father. He's just popped to see his daddy, isn't he?
Well,
if I was in London Hospital, you'd come and visit me.
It goes against COVID restrictions, doesn't it? You're not really meant to, are you? Is that just me?
No, you're not supposed. You're allowed to on special occasions, aren't you?
Well, I suppose if you're probably the most powerful, one of the most powerful men in the world, you probably can overrule. Absolutely. Yeah. Right, let's crack on then. Sean has said Harness is not making his presence felt. Yeah, Cannon is being stifled. Maybe Williams needs to go and let Curtis support Marquis. Sean, I'm sure we'll be able to add to that when we speak to you in a couple of moments, mate. But I'd agree that Harness has not been out of the metal this afternoon so far. Although it remains goalless.
Tom, have you told everyone the news that we're going to be playing Go South at half time so everyone can hear the Go South to cheer me up music?
Why are we going to be doing that?
Because I want to. I want everyone to hear it because they love it. So we're going to play that at half time.
How on earth am I going to do that?
You'll do that because you're clever. Look at it. The referee's got a pipe hanging out of his bottom. Can you see that?
It's actually a can of spray.
Are you sure it's not a bomb? He's not loaded with a bomb, is he?
I doubt it is a bomb. Here is Ronan Curtis.
He ain't done a lot, has he, Curtis?
Yeah, he's done all right so far. He's done all right. He's showing how angry he is, because he always is angry, isn't he, Ronan Curtis?
He does huff and puff a little bit.
He does.
He's okay when he gets past a player. He's brilliant, but when he doesn't, he sort of jumps behind them like that, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he actually conceded a foul in the process of doing that earlier on in the game.
He does it quite a lot, actually.
He does do it quite a lot.
He's okay, as I said, he's okay when he wins the ball.
Well, anyone's okay when they win the ball, aren't they?
I know, but I mean, his reaction when he doesn't win the ball, he jumps on the back of the player, doesn't he?
He is. Yes, that is true. Thank you for...
No, so it's just my...
Thank you for sharing that with us.
I just thought I'd mention it. Here we are.
Tom Naylor now. Good football from Pompey. Ronan Curtis. It's not great football, actually.
It would have been if Curtis hadn't overhit it.
Oh, Hull City are 3-1 up against Doncaster Rovers. There we go. That is news of the afternoon for you, ladies and gents. That is good news.
It's not too bad a news, is it?
Good news if you're a Pompey fan, which means we
don't Hull winning particularly.
No, but the pressure eases from behind rather than in front, isn't it? It's easier to climb rather than look behind your shoulder, isn't it?
Well, yeah. We said the other night, though, if anyone's interested, had we beaten Hull and Lincoln City instead of losing to them...
This was off air, wasn't it? So people probably will be interested.
We would be now, we think, something like 5 points clear.
Well, yes. If we'd won both games against Hull...
6 points, they wouldn't have got 3 each. We'd have 9 points. 9 points. And how far are we behind Hull now?
Quite a few. I don't know. I think it's 4. Well, I don't know if it will be today, but
perhaps someone can work that out.
There's
clever people out there, mathematicians, people out there.
Going into today, it was...
How many points?
It was... I don't know. Hang on. You put me on the spot there, haven't you? At the moment, Hull City have regained their crown at the top of the league. Pompey, 49 points. We could make that 52 today, so we can't actually climb from 4th position. All we can do is hope that Peterborough's result doesn't go their way and Lincoln perhaps might stumble. Would have been 6 points, says Anthony Martin.
There you go. amazing. Would have been 6 points clear at the top had we beaten those two teams at Fratton Park.
Yes.
That's how important it is to beat the teams in and around you.
6 minutes to play at Fratton Park. The sun is shining down nicely, casting a shadow over the set. Well, the shouts there.
Anyone know how Kenny's mole is?
He's actually there.
Really?
Yes, he is.
Has he had his mole gone?
I think he's had his mole removed. He is moleless.
Is he moleless?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, it was a real turnout for the books when I saw that they were reporting that Kenny Jackett's actually turned up today.
Right.
Which is crazy. Good ball from Nicolaisen. Here's Ronan Curtis on the left-hand side for Pompey. Puts a ball in, and that one just can't quite reach. I think it was Ryan Williams who was stood underneath it. But here's Andy Cannon. Much bigger screen for you this afternoon, by the way. I hope you're happy about that. Ryan Williams now is on the ball. And the legend Sean Mead was saying, where's it gone? Williams has contributed nothing. Well, he's on the ball now, and he's managed to work one into the penalty area, and Callum Johnson goes and retrieves the ball from the near touchline. Still hasn't sorted the situation out with the shirt, which is way too small for him. Still way too small for him.
Raggett actually passed the ball quickly then.
He did. He's had not a bad game, to be honest, Sean Raggett. He's done all right.
I'm a fan, Tom, you know that. Nicolaisen's a good player.
He is a good player. And it's a little bit too much on that for Ronan Curtis to deal with. I don't think he has managed to keep it in play, though.
Yeah.
And Callum Johnson.
Yeah, Callum Johnson, to me, is passing the ball back too much.
Question from the legend. Is Jackett moleless or clueless? It's a very good point. Yeah, it has taken quite a while to get to half-time, actually. It's probably because we've had withdrawal symptoms from you not being here. I think that's probably what it is. Everyone's been upset that Andrew hasn't graced us with his presence this afternoon. Yeah. It's an interesting comment from Biley saying it's when we're all talking about, Fleetwood Town have equalised against Charlton Athletic. That one doesn't mean too much if you're a Pompey fan, but it's still nice to see some goals going in, perhaps. I don't know if that's... I don't know where they are in the league, but I think
Andy
Charlton
Cannon,
are considerably further down. Andy Cannon now. Tom Naylor.
He's very great player, Tom Naylor.
Ball down the right-hand side to Curtis and Callum Johnson combining. Ball goes in. Harness can only stand and watch as that one's headed away by, I believe it was Lawrence Gabriel for Blackpool. And that one will be a Blackpool throw-in on that near side for Charlie Daniels, who is just using his experienced head to sweet-talk the referee. We are starting to... I've left that comment on screen, sorry. His mole chose the Rovers team formation, so best gone. Well, to be fair, that's a very good point. It's a very good comment. At least
it's two up front, hey?
Yeah, absolutely. At least it's two up front. That's absolutely. Here we go then. Paddy Madden has got the equaliser for Fleetwood Town. I'm just going to...
Good player, Paddy Madden.
Good player. I'm just going to try and... There we go. And if I sit like that, and that kind of...
I don't like to say call it too quickly, Tom, but Blackpool don't look too dangerous, do they? Not when they played a lot better at
yeah, the reverse fixture looked better, didn't it? Yeah. We definitely looked stronger than we do in the reverse fixture,
didn't it?
Yeah. Joe would like to know what you reckon the score is going to be.
I think we'll put 4 past them today, Tom.
There we go.
4-0.
Here we go. The reasons why Adam loves Rasmus. He's left-footed, can ping balls down the left and across. Also, he has gorgeous hair. He does have gorgeous hair, Rasmus Nicolaisen. It's very true. I agree with that, actually.
Well, I wouldn't actually refer to it as gorgeous, Tom. I would say it's probably... is a bit, let's call it a Burgess-like look.
A Burgess-like look?
Yeah.
Right.
Or a B-like B. A BLL.
BLB.
Burgess-like.
A Burgess-like, yeah, sorry.
BLL.
A blull. What is going on today? Right, 43.5 minutes has been played now. Ball goes in, and again, we can't quite see what's going on because the sun's so bright. Bumbling around. Oh!
Overhead kick.
Sean Raggett with the Ragardinho.
He tried to do it.
Crikey!
A Peter Crouch.
He tried to do
It's a Peter Crouch moment.
Yeah.
Nothing about Raggett tells you he should be a footballer, Tom.
2 balls on the field of play.
Is it Uriah Rennie?
No.
Oh,
Sam Allison.
Oh, looks a bit like Uriah Rennie.
Who's that?
Referee, the legend would know that, Sean.
He's actually the first black referee in the EFL since Uriah Rennie, as it goes.
I thought when I first saw Uriah Rennie, I thought he was a planet near Mars.
Well, the name would suggest that, wouldn't it? Yeah. Charlie Daniels now comes over halfway.
Let's move it quicker, Blues. That's it. Lovely football. Lovely football. Oh, what a wayward pass that was. I think he was trying to ping it to Ronan Curtis and it didn't quite get there.
No, it didn't.
Good defending from Raggett, to be fair.
Oh, hello.
Well, give him credit where credit's due, Tom. A man with teeth like that's got to have something going for him, hasn't he?
No, well, this is battle wounds from playing for Pompey, that is. 3 minutes will be added on at the end of this first half. A very good afternoon to you all. If you're just joining us, we're live across YouTube and Facebook on Fournilwrittenalloverit. If you could drop us a subscribe, that'd be much appreciated.
Good control from Ronan Curtis. Very, very good control from Ronan Curtis.
You can. And something else that you can control is the likes on the stream, boys and girls. You can get us up to 100. That'd be absolutely wonderful. If we get up to 100 likes, boys and girls, Andrew is going to tell us another joke at the end of the game. Because there was a lot of love for the one about the airing cupboard or whatever it was.
Was there?
Yeah, people enjoyed that one.
I've got a few of them.
You got one up your sleeve for us, have you? Make sure they are nice and PC, and you're not going to get us in trouble by saying them.
No, I won't, Tom.
Excellent.
Animal rights activists might come after us, but
that's okay.
It won't be.
I don't mind too much about animal rights activists.
It won't be a racist one, Tom. You know me. I'm not racist.
No, I know. So I would hope that it's just something that people find funny, not offensive. But in this day and age,
I'll give it to you.
The line's quite. What's the word? Blurred, shall we say? Free kick taken quickly. Ball down the right hand side. What on earth are they doing with eye follow? Ryan Williams puts the ball into the box. Is a decent one. Raggett's back there.
Got to. Is that harness? Just
that final little bit of play needs to be slightly tweaked. Not the final third, just the final bit.
Harness bottled that.
He hasn't had a brilliant afternoon, to be honest. Harness
stuck one on that. Really, he should have put his laces through that, and he just bottled out the tackle. Out of the actual challenge.
There he is, the main man, Rasmus Nikolaisen. Sean Raggett dancing around with the ball at the back.
And he plays a fantastic ball out, which is
sent straight back to him from Callum Johnson.
Come on, Nikolaisen, ignore him. Get on with it.
Get on with it. Ignore him.
That's the best you could hope for from now. He's getting pressed, wasn't he?
He was getting pressed. Ryan Williams has managed to win a throw-in for Pompey, and the referee's going to
last quarter instead of ours, so that was a good ball.
It was. Rasmus Nikolaisen is holding his left shin. It's not what we're seeing, but it's what I'm hearing. And hopefully I like his boots as well. Check them out.
Is he looking to the bench to be changed, did you think?
I freaking hope not.
What if he does?
Bit of Jack.
Jack Watmore's on the bench, isn't he?
Bit of Jack Watmore.
He'll get a couple, even if it's in his own net.
He will. Absolutely. Right. Just outside the penalty area, that throw was short to the feet of Harness. Looking to weave his way through the Blackpool defence. Charlie Daniels puts the ball in, and it's dangerous.
Got to get ahead of him, Curtis.
Ronan Curtis was standing underneath it, watching it happen. And there is the half-time whistle. And that has not been a bad first half from a Pompey point of view. You could argue we had all the chances.
Could woo that, Tom.
Could woo that?
We could woo those chances.
Woo them?
That's a good saying in the old days.
In the good old days. If you wouldn't mind just bringing your chair ever so slightly closer to mine, because in a minute the screen is going to narrow slightly and you might be cut off somewhat.
I'm looking forward to that, Tom.
You're looking forward to that, right? Well, in that case, if you're happy with that happening, I am going to waste no more time. We are going to speak to the man himself. He's very kindly come back in to join us. Here he is, Brendan. There we go. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good. Not a bad first half, actually. We've played pretty well, all things considering.
Are you pleased with what you've seen?
Yeah, other than not scoring, but, we scored in the second half. But yeah, we haven't really let them have a sniff. They've had a couple of like half chances, except for that first one actually, right at the start of the first half when McGilvery palmed it back into the 6-yard box. I think it was a bit shaky there, but Daniel's put in a decent challenge to clear it. But other than that, yeah, we've done really well, just not stuck the ball in the net.
Well, you might today actually win the worst retro shirt competition.
Oh, don't say that.
What's wrong with the yellow and blue?
Oh, that's quality. I like that one. Ignore him. Ignore him, Brendan.
Bishop's on the front. Is it Bishop's?
No, it doesn't. It's a plain one.
Oh, that was Bishop's, I think. They won it.
Pompey Centre, I think.
Was it? Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Crikey. Anyway, what needs to change for us to get a couple more in the back of the net?
Shirt needs to change.
What would you change? Well, if you Joe Pallet,
we need Hawula on.
Who's the Wooler? Oh, hey, Wooler.
Yeah.
Who's the Wooler?
Yeah, get your justice for Geordie.
This afternoon. Sorry, Brendan, you carry on, mate. Go on.
Justice for Geordie. No, keep it going the same as it is. It's fine. Nothing needs to change at the moment. I think give it 10 minutes and then bring Harrison on for Marquis. Andrew's blood's boiling now, isn't it?
He's had enough, mate. He's on his phone now. He's not listening to what you're saying.
What did he say?
He said he wants to bring Harrison on for Marquis.
Alan, our mate Alan Stone is he's
any time today would be wonderful. We have got people to talk to.
Score. He said the madness continues. Raggett to score two or more goals for £2 bet, £202 return.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get that money. I don't think.
Sounds like a return ticket at Waterloo, doesn't it?
Sounds like a wasted £2. That's what that sounds like. I don't know.
Well,
definitely.
If he scores at any time today against Blackpool, £5 bet returns 40. That ain't a bad shout.
No, it's not. I think Nicolaison's been closer than him today, though, so far. Rasmus has played really well.
Rasmus has done really well. He had a chance at the near post, didn't he? I was also going to say, Brendan, I don't know if you saw I'm sure you did. Biggest chance of the half for Pompey. How did that one not go in from Rasmus as well?
Oh yeah, so close. Just needed to put it on target, didn't he? Really, just sort of. But it's painful. But we'll get there. We'll break the deadlock. I think definitely. I can't see Blackpool getting into this at the moment. And we see currently they're 15th in the league, and we're still 4th at the moment. No, I think we're on this. We're going to get the 3 points today.
Full-time score prediction, Brendan?
Or 2-0 Pompey.
We'll have that. Right, speak to you after half-time, speak to you at full-time, mate. Thanks for...
Full-time, and my dad will be here at full-time.
Big news. Mike's going to join us. That is great to hear. Brendan, we will speak to you very shortly. Let's speak to Alex. Have you been watching that first half, mate?
Yes, mate. We're watching... how we not scored that? How has Rasmus not bagged that? He's literally put it in the only place in the goal where there was a player.
Yeah.
But yeah, just listening in on that, I would definitely not bring Harrison on. And Andrew, I think you must be working for the bookies by advertising Raggett to get a brace. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But I did see someone say before the game that Rasmus was going to bag, and I thought that's a bold statement, and he obviously should have done, shouldn't he? So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think he's
probably
been...
boys made of the first half.
Yeah, well, you didn't see half of it, did you?
25 because I was working, but I'm.
I'd just say it's encouraging, is the way I would describe it, Alex. It's a sign of good things to come.
Better than the first half hour.
Better than the entirety of the Bristol Rovers game.
Is it because? And I'll ask you this question: is it because most of the top Pompey team are players actually individually are championship players? Really, when you look at the quality they've got. And sometimes when a championship team, in the FA Cup, for argument's sake, play against a lower league team, they often get a little bit disjointed, a bit knocked around a little bit, and a bit out of sequence because they're playing against a poor side. And sometimes, obviously, the lower league teams beat them, don't they? A lot of times in games like that. Yeah. So maybe that's the case for us. Maybe the players are too good for this league, probably, and they're playing players that aren't so good, and maybe that's a difficult challenge every week, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah, I've always said I don't think there's much in the way of difference in quality between League One and League Two. The step between the League One and the Championship is big. I think there are some players in our team that will definitely cut it in the Championship, but equally, you know, they might look to one side or the other side of the pitch and they see someone that is not good enough at all. So it's tough because we haven't got a team full of 11 players that are going to, you know, do well in the Championship. But it's just tough because we play against a team like Bristol Rovers, who at that stage on Tuesday really had nothing to lose because, you know, they were on such a poor run of form. They got free hits all over the place because they've got to get some points. And I think the players probably were a bit complacent because, you know, we go into that with a great away form and Rovers have, you know, not won in however long. And then, you know, we go 1-0 up. It seems like we're flying and then, we lose.
Exactly. But you're predicting a win for us this afternoon, Alex.
Yeah, I think 1-0 today.
Who's going to score?
Oh,
I reckon it's
Rasmus.
I would say Rasmus, but I reckon it's going to be Charlie Daniels.
Do you?
Take that.
Bold one, I reckon.
And if we get a pen, who's going to take it?
What are you talking? Oh, because we missed one on Tuesday.
Probably Marquis, but if Curtis is still on the pitch, I'm sure he'll have something to say about it. But I'd give it to neither of them. I'd give it to Craig over one of those two.
Would you? I said on Tuesday I would probably give it to Charlie Daniels. He has got a sweet ping on it, hasn't he? And I think
he's a set piece merchant, isn't he? And he should be getting the penalties, I think. But let's just hope we can get one and score it.
Yeah,
exactly. Alex, thank you for that, mate. And if you're around, we'd love to hear what you think of the game full time. And we will speak to you shortly.
Speak to you later, boys.
Cheers, mate. Right, let's speak to Richard, who joins us for the second time this afternoon. How are you, mate?
How you doing, mate? Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Mushta. All right?
I'm doing all right.
Yes, good, mate.
I thought it a bit dull that first half, don't you reckon? I think
not rip roaring exciting, but better. I think we're all a bit happier that it's better than it was at Bristol.
Yeah, I think I've watched it with missing a Bristol game. Obviously, I didn't have the delights of that, so it's what I've seen so far. Is Williams hasn't really done a great deal. Curtis, well, he always seems to want to fall on the floor when anybody comes near him or jumps on his back. I just think we need buyers in, Cannon off, buyers in. And Raggett, I don't like the way he sweeps the ball across the back, across the back line. I think there's, a counter attack, written all over that. But yeah, to be honest with you, if we play like that in the second half, I don't think we're going to get a win. Because I think looking at the stats, I think we've only had one shot, and it doesn't really say a lot, does it?
No, it doesn't. It was something that needed a bit of a spark. I think we've spoken already about the best chance of the game coming from Rasmus Nikolaisen.
Sorry, Tom. We also said we were talking the other night just about football in general and this league, and we were saying to ourselves, we think that actually that it's so nobody's consistent. Nobody in this league is consistent. That not even Hull or Blackpool or Doncaster or even Sunderland or Charlton. Everybody is up and down.
Well, Doncaster have lost the last 3 games, haven't they?
That's what I mean. So they've lost their rhythm, haven't they? They should actually, if they won those 3 games, they'd have been top of the league and with games to hand.
So I think when you put up a couple of weeks ago, isn't it? Who was the key? What was the key game? And we thought the key game. Yes, they're all key, but Doncaster would have been the main one. But if we can't beat the likes of Bristol and we draw against Plymouth and all that, you're very right, Andy. It could be anybody's really. We, as you say, mentioned earlier on, we could have been 6 points clear if we'd have had the
which I thought he pulled that out of nowhere. I just thought actually that would make sense, wouldn't it? Because that would be an extra 6 points, and that would be
and they wouldn't have got 3.
Yeah. So anyway, pluck that one right out.
Fingers crossed. Second half, I say playing towards the Fratton end, we might have a bit more success. But as I say, we only need the one, don't we? Just need the one goal.
Would we have been happy with being 6 points clear, having beaten those 2 teams? Would we have all been saying actually we're going to win this league out right now, or would we still question the level of football that we're watching? That's what I would say. It does the results cheers us up. Of course, we all want Pompey to win. Of course we do. But does it crack over the basically the big cracks? Does it paper over them?
I say a little bit, doesn't it? I think there's a lot of cracks there, and I think a lot of it is on the park, players that come in 50-50, 1 week they're good, 1 week they're not very good. And I say, when you look at what Kenny puts out on the field, it's I know on the fans' view, we want Awula, people want Byers to play. Awula's probably, he's got so much pressure on him now that if he does actually come on the park, people are going to think, well, he's going to score, he has to score to even get a start in the next game, But no, it's
full-time score prediction, Richard.
Blackpool 1-0, I'm afraid.
Oh,
I know. Don't shoot me afterwards, but I say, I want to be positive, but I think it'll be definitly for them.
Painful
well,
to hear that.
Let's Richard. Yeah.
If Blackpool do win this 1-0, we know where you live.
Yeah. It's all Richard's fault, right, mate? Thank you for that, and we'll hopefully be speaking to you at full time. Right, let's speak to Retro Shirt Sean in a moment. But Richard was just speaking about those couple of games that are coming out that we thought were key. Let's see what's still to come here on Fournilwrittenalloverit over the next few weeks or so. Right, Blackpool today, obviously, and then you've got their Oxford United on Tuesday night is one to look forward to. Join us from 6:30. Then it's Gillingham back at Fratton Park on the 27th. Then that's the big one, isn't it? Doncaster Rovers away from home Tuesday, the 2nd of March. Join us from 6:30 for our build-up, and then it is Northampton Town who we play after that, followed by the big one, Portsmouth versus Sunderland, one of the biggest fixtures in the league. Two sleeping giants meet at Fratton Park. 9th of March. Join us. Our coverage begins a whole hour before kickoff at 6 o'clock. And then once that one's done, it's a trip to Wembley to play Salford City. That one is live with us Saturday, the 13th of March at 2 o'clock. Looking at those, we'll speak to Retro Shirt Sean in just a moment about how many games and points and the kind of the sheer volume of them, because it is Saturday, Tuesday until well, I think we've got a free Saturday or Tuesday before the end of the season, have we? First of all, your thoughts on the Blackpool game, the first 45 we've seen this afternoon.
If it hadn't been for the Bristol Rovers game, I'd say that was a very dull half of football. But I am very content with the fact that our defence looks reasonably solid, and it's a shame that Rasmus chance didn't go in. If that's a set, pains me to say, but Richard is right. That second half proceeds the same way. Blackpool could do that one where there's nick a goal, and that would be really depressing.
Two of them.
Give it 10 minutes. Give it 10 minutes. Harness has been absolutely nowhere to be seen on that pitch, and I think it's because he's on the left.
Gone, Sean.
Hmm.
Where's Harness gone?
Don't know. It's just he's just been basically on the left, off the pitch, left alone. And I just think that they need to put Ronan and Harness back on the right sides, see how it goes. Maybe even put Harness up behind Marquis. Give it 10 minutes, and then if not, bring the changes. I want to see Byers on. I want to see Awula on, and we need to make a start.
I'm going to have a packet of jammy Dodgers with you. And that means you've got to send them to me if we lose this, and I'll send you a packet if you lose. If Blackpool win it, yeah.
All right. I'd still go for 3-1 Pompey win.
Oh, okay. There we go.
In that case,
but he's just agreeing with Richard.
In that case, you now
agree with Richard, because I am worried if we go out the second half the exact same way we finished that first half, Richard may be right. The changes need to be rung, and the players need to step up, and we need to get Harness playing, because he's just nowhere to be seen. We're playing with 10 men.
Okay, well then in that case, just send me the jammy Dodgers.
Yeah.
Right, Sean, the teams are back out. We're going to speak to Aaron, and hopefully we will have that 3-1 prediction will be spot on. If you put those goals together, that would actually be a 4-0 written all over it, wouldn't it? So we'll take that. Sean, we'll speak to you at the end of the game, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Take care.
Right, here we go then. This man is not going to predict a 1-0 loss, is he?
Never. The man's too positive.
Far too positive. Far too positive. But the thing is, there is a percentage. If we do not score early, it's happened throughout the season. We've been dominant in first half, but then come the second half, they do a quick counter attack, and we could actually lose this. So we need to come out a lot stronger. Yeah, fair enough. We've had a couple of shots, and there was that dodgy sort of penalty decision in the first 2 minutes. But we need to actually come out and score. If we don't score in the first 15 minutes, get fresh legs on, fresh subs. We've got 5 subs to go through, but we need to win this. It's not a fixture say like a draw is good enough. We have to win this, and if we don't score within 15, if we don't score in 15 minutes, then something needs to change quickly. I'm glad Kenny's there. The teacher's back in the helm, but he's got to kick everyone up the butt, really. But like the other guys say, it only takes one little mistake, and then they could be 1-0 up. So we need to come out and we need to be a hell of a lot better. Much better than Tuesday night football, but it's just still not 100% good enough at the moment. But we just got to come out. We're playing that 4-4-2. We've got to play to our strengths. But some of the players just need to butt themselves up, because I can see him being dropped. And Hawula, I found out he's a summer player, and Naylor is a winter player. So after summer starts, Naylor be dropped and Hawula be playing.
There we go. Aaron, give us a full-time score prediction, mate. How you feeling?
3-1.
Lovely.
That's a couple of you saying that.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
4-0, mate.
He's going to go for a 4-0. Aaron, we will speak to you on the full-time whistle, mate. And thank you for the inclusion of the fish once again. I'm sure that has made for excellent viewing for everyone at home. Aaron, thank you for joining us. Right, so let's get back to it then with passionate Pompey commentary.
Let's have some of it.
Let's have some of it. Right. Oh, sorry, I'm just spinning around there, doing a little spin. And it's, I think it's a foul actually on that far side. That Pompey
have 50-50 challenge, Tom. And I think he's giving it to Blackpool, isn't he?
He has. Is he giving it to Blackpool? Is he?
He is, yeah.
Oh, it's a shame. 0-0. 46 minutes has been played now. There's a very good point actually made by Daniel. Fournilwrittenalloverit is sponsored by Jammy Dodgers. They do make quite a heavy appearance, don't they, in proceedings on a number of occasions. Darren's Dodgers. Have you just bet with Retro Shirt Sean on the old Jammy Dodgers as well? Is it just something that you really like?
You can imagine that though. A Pompey shirt with a
sponsor
Jammy, across the front.
Jammy Dodgers.
Eh?
Crikey.
That'd be shocking, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it wouldn't be the best, would it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the best. Right. Here we go then. It's Marcus Harness again.
His touch was.
What is he doing? What is going on there? Anyway,
he's not having a good day. Harness is a bit angry.
Not had a good day.
He's just kicked the ball back into the guy's chest, and he's not happy. And Uriah Rennie's brother is actually going to give him a bit of a ticking off, but I think he's going to get away with it.
Yeah, it was.
He didn't actually do too much.
Not an awful lot in that one.
The guy's fallen over, and he's just kicked the ball back at him because he's angry with him, really, because the guy just fell over like a little bit like Ronan does when he hasn't got the ball. Got
a bit of bad news for you. Peterborough United have taken the lead against AFC Wimbledon. It is now 1-0 to the Borough.
They're above us now, aren't they?
They will be, yeah, which is why Pompey do need the 3 points to come out of this one. As Aaron was just saying there during our halftime chat, it is a must-win game.
Yeah, we've got to win this game, Tom, because we've got to keep the pressure up, haven't we? We've got to get some hope, haven't we? You know, if we lose this game, the guys are saying earlier, we lose this game today, even a draw 0-0 would be a tragedy. I think we've got to be winning your home games, and we've certainly got to be beating teams like Blackpool, who are 15th, 14th, and Bristol Rovers, teams like that. We've got to be beating these teams. So there's a bit of negativity out there today, I felt, and I can see why, because people are getting a bit concerned about our final third.
I wouldn't have said it's final third. Blackpool are now on the counter, actually. We should probably tell you a little bit about this. It's a ball that's worked into the box, and Raggett and Rasmus Nikolaisen combine quite nicely, actually, to deal with the threat that the Mariners then, the Tangerines posed there.
Remember the times we've been to Blackpool away up there?
We actually watched the race to Blackpool Tower earlier on. Yeah, you probably missed it.
Yeah.
But yes. Pompey got a throw inside their own half. It's still 0-0 at Fratton Park. The ball finds Rasmus Nikolaisen. He subsequently goes to Charlie Daniels, who was under a little bit of pressure there, but it's murked his way to John Marquis.
Well done, John Marquis.
He's held the ball up nice, and again, it's a terrible touch from Marcus Harness. It's almost like it's just bouncing off him today.
Gilby's come out well for that.
He has indeed, and Cannon doesn't quite know where the ball is.
He's fought back to get it back, though, Tom.
He has indeed, and I should say, I don't know why it's taken us 2 hours to mention this on the stream, but it is David Norris's birthday today, everyone.
Fantastic.
So happy David Norris Day.
David Norris made me the happiest person on the planet once.
He did. Well, you are still the happiest person
Yeah, but
on
he
the
made
planet.
me really happy that day.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell has happened there?
There we were in the north end of St Mary's. It was fantastic.
It was.
They didn't like it at all.
What a moment.
We absolutely loved it.
We did.
It actually beats any other game I've ever been to in my lifetime watching Pompey.
Not even FA Cup final 2008?
No, that was better. Honestly, that moment in time was better than anything, to be honest. The Wembley ones that we've been to were quite a big day out and a really stretched out, exciting day. Always going to Wembley and all the fans.
But it was just that moment in time, wasn't it?
For that millisecond in time, it was the best moment in football history, and it was a great day for English football.
Still the best day for you as a Pompey fan ever, that one?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Okay, hello.
We didn't even win the game, it was a draw.
Just before we carry on, hello to Zena. Love Andrew's pink and black Pompey shirt from Zena in Torrevieja. Torrevieja?
It's not black, actually.
It's sort of moonlight blue, isn't it?
Navy blue with pink, yeah.
But Zena,
Salmon
thank you
pink.
for joining us all the way from Torrevieja. Where's that? Torrevieja.
Spain, isn't it?
Sounds Spanish, doesn't it? Let us know where you join us from. Peterborough United have actually doubled their lead against AFC Wimbledon in the last moment or so. Yeah, that's not the best news. So now the onus is on Pompey to get a couple of goals in the back of Chris Maxwell's net this afternoon. It's Sammy Schmodix at the double there. Aaron totally agrees with you on the Norris. Anthony said Norris and Mendes legend moments. Absolutely.
Yeah, Mendes, yes, against Man City. I remember that one when we
just quickly.
Against
I know you said David Norris. John Marquis is working his way down the left-hand side for Pompey. He's pretty much isolated out there, opts to find a colleague behind him in Charlie Daniels, who points outside to Cannon, who will, on the spin, finds Harness. That's a good touch. Marquis just slightly too far away from him, and that was a good little opportunity for Pompey to perhaps bury one if Marquis had just found that space to hit it, but it wasn't to be. And it's a poor second touch from John Marquis there. Ronan Curtis is going to take the throw in quickly for Pompey. It's actually going to be Callum Johnson to take said throw in. And perhaps it's the switch that Sean's highlighted, Harness on the right-hand side, that is that has perhaps improved his game so far. But at the minute, I'm watching Harness more in the centre of the field, perhaps playing on the left-hand side. And
Curtis?
Ball in from Ronan Curtis was not good at all.
He punched the corner flag in anger.
He wasn't happy.
Well, he shouldn't be happy. It's a terrible ball. What a waste.
Ploughing forward, but again, it sort of mirrors the first half, is that there's nothing at the end of the chance. Bit tired, sending you to sleep.
No, there wouldn't be anything at the end of it when he hits a ball like that, Tom.
There's Sean Raggett, who rose like a salmon. Blackpool coming forward.
Nation's on it.
Yates was able to chest it down there.
Look at this. What's this ball to Johnny Marcus on his own?
He's claimed it, though. He's claimed it well, and Ryan Williams is...
He's done well, but it's not the best, is it?
No, it's not.
Oh, what's happened to Charlie Daniels?
He's not going off, mate. He's not making a sub. He's just going off down the tunnel. He's like, yeah.
He's going down the pub.
Well, no. Aren't they?
I've seen Pompey fans do that at half time.
Well, yeah, but the pubs are shut, aren't they?
No, I mean,
he's probably going home to get ready for Ant and Deck later on. That's what Charlie Daniels is preparing himself for. Sean Raggett fires a ball across over the top of the Blackpool defence, but it evades every Pompey player, and that one will be a throw-in right down on the touchline on that far side between the gap between the north stand and the Fratton end, which would look really nice if it was filled in with a corner of seats, wouldn't it?
It's easy to do, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Oh, there's Ken the Kitman.
Kev the Kitman's there, and Jacket's up, probably stood behind Ellis Harrison, but he's there, Mr. Jacket.
Don't get me excited, Tom.
What? You excited to see Kenny?
Yeah.
I think it's good that he's back and fighting.
Yeah, he's full of hope and
yeah, I think
compliments about the fans and the football club and how loyal we all are and stuff like that. He's always talking about how brilliant the fans are.
Rather you say it, not me. There's Rasmus Nikolaisen, who he's brilliant balls, always.
He's excellent, isn't he?
From Rasmus. They're always superb.
A bit of a weak header back across by Ronan, though. What Ronan should have done with that was he it go over his head.
There's your man.
He looks a bit tired, old Jacket, doesn't he?
He's had a tough week, mate.
Has he? He's a little mole removed from his arm.
Yeah, he lost against Bristol Rovers as well. The best week to be Kenny Jackett, is it?
He's not bothered, is he?
But, well, I'm going to go exactly the other way to Andrew. I'm going to say that it's lovely to see Kenny Jackett back at Fratton Park, and I'm glad he's had a quicker recovery than we were all thinking. And you don't echo my sentiment. Here's Tom Naylor now.
I don't see the guy ill, mate.
Finds Marcus Harness.
He's done well, Harness.
He has. Much better in this second half. And all
that ball, Williams.
All Williams does is stands and watches, and eventually Chris Maxwell can easily claim that one. Can we see the trousers Kenny is wearing, says Daniel. Well, Daniel, unfortunately, he stood up, mate. So we are unable to tell, unfortunately, from our vantage point.
Kenny's got a jacket on as
He's got a jacket on. He's wrapped up nice and warm.
And he stood just behind the seat, so he can't actually see if he's got his grandma's trousers on again.
No. Well, Kenny Jackett's grandma will be very old.
I think he bought them from Primarché.
Probably. He probably went to Primarché to buy them. When they were open, of course.
There are other stores available.
There are. You don't always have to shop at Primark. I don't know why you would ever shop at Primark, to be honest.
Hey.
What?
There's a place in life for people like Primarché.
Right. Are you one of them?
No,
are you a Primarché man?
But some people do like them.
Right. Okay. I think you might be a Primark man, and you're trying to hide it from everyone.
I'm a Primarché when I'm buying Christmas presents.
Right. That's the kind, and that's your budget. Is it Primarché budget?
Yeah.
Right. Got it. That's why.
Not for myself.
No, of course.
Exactly. Tom.
Yeah. No, it's Pompey Club store budget for you when it's you, isn't it? For Christmas. Yeah. Absolutely.
And your man from Spain who was asking about my shirt, this is about, I don't know how many years.
Quite a few years old now.
But it's in excellent
I reckon
condition.
2016-17 season that one was.
I might have a word. I might send a picture of this to Mark Catlin and ask him if we could have this colour again, because it's just beautiful, isn't it?
I don't think Mark Catlin makes the rules when it comes to the colour of the shirt.
He's got some influence, mate. He's a CEO.
Well, we'd send him a message.
I'll have a little word.
Have a word. Have a word.
I'll get in his ear.
We're nearly approaching the. Oh, that'll be fun, wouldn't it?
I'll get.
Imagine. No, imagine. You know,
have we told the viewers that we're gonna start interviewing some of the new players, or not?
Well, I was kind of keeping it a secret until you've just spilled the beans.
Oh, okay.
Adam asked the question in the first half, and Andrew's just spoilt it for everyone. Say no more. That's a surprise.
What, like an Easter egg?
It was meant to be an Easter egg.
Was it?
Yeah. Oh.
Nice bit of 1-2 there from Blackpool.
Raggett is a Primark Burgess. He is. He is.
Yeah, let's see if there's any more metaphors or analogies we can use, Tom. That is a great ball back in.
Sean has asked, are we climbing a mountain or a molehill today?
Brilliant, Sean. Well done, Meadsy, you legend.
Very good. Oh, we didn't get that joke.
Oh, I can tell it later.
Oh, is it? Have we got to wait? You got to stick around.
Well, it depends how boring the game gets.
Well, it's quite boring right now because we've spoken about moles and Primark in the last couple of minutes.
Tell it now if people want to hear it. Let's see if people want to hear it first.
Give us a yes. Yes or no. Do you want Andrew's horrendous jokes back on the stream?
It's a good joke, mate.
Is it though?
Yes.
It's not going to offend anyone.
No.
You're not going to get us off the air.
Animal rights, it might offend them.
Right. Okay.
We won't get struck off by
Well, Aaron's gone for 3 yeses. Ollie Clark said yes. Daniel said yes. Richard Gehman said yes. Anthony said yes.
That's how interesting the football is, isn't it?
Joe said yes. Lee said it's going to be more entertaining than this match.
Yeah, I think it could be right.
Charlie said yes as well. We might need it later to cheer us up, said Sean. Well, you can give us another one later, can't you? Very quickly then, we're approaching the hour mark. Andrew, what are you going to hit us with today?
All right, Tom. It was there's a little knock on the door the other night, and I went out and opened the front door, and I heard this little voice saying, "Excuse me." It's pouring with rain out here. Could you let me in, please? I'm looking around. I can't see anyone. I think, who's that? I said, oh, wait, me. I'm down here. So I looked down on the ground, Tom. And just outside our front door was a little snail. He said, me. Let me in, mate. It's pouring with rain out here. I thought, a snail in the house, do we? So I bent down and picked him up like that. And I went, threw him down the end of the garden, Tom.
Right.
And then Christmas came and went, and then January came and went, and then it was getting to mid-February.
And this last year, is it?
Last year, yeah.
Right.
We're going to mid-February, and I heard this other tap on the door like that. Tap, tap, tap. So I opened the front door again. I looked down on the mat, and this little snail looked up and went, what'd you do that for?
Oh God, there we go. Right,
it's better than the Blackpool game.
It could get it can't get any worse, can it?
Hang on, Byers is coming on for.
Yes, Marcus Harness has been taken away from the action, and George Byers is on the pitch, so that's good. Thank you, Kenny. My thumbnail is now worthwhile. Aaron enjoyed that one, and so did Anthony. Here we go. Send him back to work, says Andrew. Oh. Well, Tom doesn't get it. It's because I think the punchline is that because the snail took so long to come back to the front door.
Yeah, what it was, the snail knocked on the door and I threw him down the bottom of the garden. Then 2 or 3 months went by and he came back and knocked on the door and said, "What'd you do that for?"
Yeah,
that was the punchline. But
well, I prefer the one about the flies in the army. To be honest, that was quite good.
Yeah, it was quite a good one.
It was quite a good one. Anyway,
we move on to the football.
Yes, we do. Daniels for Pompey now. Ryan Williams on this left-hand side. He's looking to beat his man in the shape of Lawrence Gabriel, and he has. Oh, he's almost done
Tom,
so.
Do you know the difference between a buffalo and a bison?
What's the difference between a buffalo and a bison?
You can't wash your hands in a buffalo,
but you can in a bison. What? Why do I not understand that?
Someone will find
right. Okay. But why is that? You need to explain that one. Oh, Sean's like that one as well, yeah. And Aaron did as well. For people loving the jokes. Didn't think anything could get worse than this football. Then here comes Andrew. Why is it a bison then?
Bison, isn't it?
Oh, right. Anyway, I do apologise, boys and girls. A very good afternoon to you. If you've managed to stick with us, if actually, people might have tuned in just to see the jokes, but there we go. A very good afternoon to you all. A very warm welcome along to Fournilwrittenalloverit. I hope you're all doing really well. If you could subscribe to the channel if you're brand new to this sort of thing. Also, we're on 103 likes now, boys and girls. So thank you for getting us over that 100 like mark, because we always manage to smash it on the channel as Blackpool work their way down this right-hand side with Grant Ward. And that
terrible.
Is one of the worst crosses you will ever see. Very much Pompey 0, Blackpool 0 in this one.
It's quite dull, isn't it?
It's duller than your jokes. And now my Touch ID is not working on my phone, which is wonderful.
You can still get in another way, Tom.
I can get in another way. Unlike your poor snail who couldn't get in another way. No. Anyway, Craig McGilvery's going to take a goal kick now. It's the clearance is the goal kick is over halfway and Marquis cannot get to that one. We are going to see further changes from Pompey.
Callum's gone down a few times. He's
yes.
He's had a bit of a battering today.
He has had a bit of a battering. It sounds like he's going to be...
Will he soldier on or is he going to be changed?
According to my ear, it's going to be...
a change?
Yeah, I believe it probably will be.
A few knocks, maybe.
Anyway.
Yeah, you've got a sniff, are we, at the minute?
Yeah, it's all looking very slow at the moment. Not enjoying it.
Well, I'm not enjoying it. It's not as bad as watching us play against Bristol, but he's outside you. That's the ball. Oh.
It's not a decent cross to the far post for Ronan Curtis, and it's a decent header away from James Husband. And that's our neighbour doing some banging next door. Have I what, Joe? Oh, let me know, mate. Let me know. And we're getting emojis of snails in the comments. Thanks, everyone. Here come Blackpool again, and it's that man again, Suleiman Kaiko. He's had a lot of the ball moving forward for Blackpool. Coming forward for Blackpool just outside the penalty area, and the ball's worked his way back to Suleiman Kaiko. He's gaining ground on the edge of the box here. Sean Raggett still has yet to put a foot in. Managed to get the cross in, and again, that's going to be...
Stick your foot into him. Stop him getting the ball in.
Absolutely.
Mate, they ain't very good like Bristol Rovers, but we've got to beat this lot, haven't we?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. We have got to beat this beat this lot. It's been a poor week.
Well, we've had too many poor weeks in the last month, haven't we?
No.
We have.
Well, we're two poor weeks, haven't we, really?
No, we've had some shocking. 2-2 Plymouth. Lost at Bristol Rovers. We beat Swindon, didn't we?
Lost 4-0 to Hull as well.
In Lincoln.
Lost to Lincoln.
You know, out of the last 6 games, what the results look like. It's not a championship winning side, is it?
No, it's not.
Not me being negative, I'm just being honest.
Yeah, it's looking... It's not the most exciting, is it? But anyway, we'll keep you entertained, ladies and gents. Here on Fournilwritten all over it. It's the place to be this afternoon.
Ooh. Try and keep me awake, Tom, will you?
I'll try my best. Yes, Alex's song. I was one of the first to hear it, actually. I had the pleasure of watching it being created over the last week or so. And if you haven't seen it, it's definitely something to go and watch. Sean has said Andrew might need to pop out and get some dammy Dodgers if it keeps going like this. Would that be an essential shop, though, Sean? That is the question.
And if I do go, I'll be going on my own, Sean, to Tesco.
Yes, because it's one per household, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Wake up, Pompey, says Mark Elliott.
Not one jammy Dodger, but...
No. Well, what would be the point in going all the way to Tesco to get one jammy Dodger?
Next time I see you, the legend, I'm going to bring you
a
packet of jammy
retro
Dodgers.
shirt, Sean, not the legend.
Oh,
the one that you bet with at half time.
Yeah,
Sean.
well, yeah.
Well, you can give them both jammy Dodgers if you want.
No. Next time I'll see him at Fratton Park, we'll exchange jammy Dodgers. Whoever wins this bet.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. Actually, if you go now, noticed in Tesco they got a dual pack for the same price as a single. You might get double whammy.
Bit of an offer on.
Yeah.
So you are quite partial to a jammy Dodger or two, seeing as you know all the offers going on.
I like a jammy Dodger.
Yeah. Once again, Fournilwritten all over it, sponsored by Jammy Dodgers.
France. He put me onto them.
He did. Oh, Geordie Hawula! He's on his way on!
Oh, thank goodness for that.
Ladies and gents.
Kenny's listening to the audience again.
Omar Bogle has scored a penalty for Doncaster Rovers. It is now 3-2 Hull City.
Good. We need a draw there.
Yeah.
A point each is better, Tom.
A point each is probably better, yeah. So, Geordie Hawula is on his way.
Who's going to take off? Marcus?
Here's another one. There's a good one from Mark. Dinner tonight will be Himalayan rabbit stew. We found Himalayan in the road. Brilliant. Oh.
2 balls on the pitch.
2 balls on the pitch. I'm not quite sure what's... Yeah, what happened there? It was a bit of a weird one, wasn't it? Anyway... 70 minutes is almost what's happening. It's going to be a drop ball that the referee is going to play for Curtis. He's got the cross in, and that one's headed away eventually.
Do something, Ronan.
He has done something. Charlie Daniels gets the dead ball line. He fires one across the bowels of Blackpool's defensive line, and it'll be a Pompey throw that's taken quickly. Curtis pokes one to Andy Cannon. He's played it all the way back to the halfway line with Rasmus Nikolaisen.
How do we get back there?
Geordie Hawula isn't on the pitch yet, but it was the I heard it in my ear being discussed, so I'm hoping that change is going to come to fruition. Here is Rasmus Nikolaisen.
Come on, find somebody.
Charlie Daniels. Curtis fires one high and long, and that's not going to reach anyone whatsoever.
It wasn't a bad idea, to be fair.
It wasn't a bad idea, but there was no one to latch onto it, and the score remains 0-0 here at Fratton Park. And you're now heading in 270 minutes. Here's Sean Raggett on the spin. He's played one back to his keeper, Craig McGilvery. Here's Rasmus Nikolaisen to Charlie Daniels. It's not quite what he had in mind, actually.
It was. It's just that.
That's a brilliant dig out from Rasmus Nikolaisen, and I'm falling asleep.
Player, isn't he? He's a great player.
Tom Naylor.
He
was laid off by Curtis, and he's got stuck, and Suleiman Kaikai will take advantage of that as a little bit of a push on the back from Ryan Williams, bit of a push out of frustration, and that will be a free kick. And that's, what was that? A Sky Sports notification that came through, offering us the job, finally.
Aaron's wife said that was a good joke.
Ah, there we go. I don't know which one it was. Probably not one of yours. Where is all the creativity? Is my question to you. And where's it gone? I think it's going to be Andy Cannon who receives the yellow card from Sam Allison's pocket. And this will be a Blackpool free kick right on the halfway line to take.
Is he a good ref, Tommy?
Yeah, like Sam Allison. He's done well to get himself to where he is in terms of refereeing. He's only recently promoted to officiate in the select group 2 of referees. Here comes Ronan Curtis. The referee opts to play on there, and the shot was blocked. Charlie Daniels puts a ball in, and that one just can't quite be latched onto by John Marquis. I sound like a stuck record, but that's been the afternoon thing of the afternoon. Sorry, everyone. Shouldn't be yawning on the stream, but it is sending me to sleep this afternoon. The lack of excitement or passion that we've shown in order to get a foothold in this game, and hopefully something can come in the next 20 minutes as we have left or so. Ollie Clark says, Rasmus is my man of the match so far, and Adam is pleased with the creativity and class of him. Why don't we play him more, he asks, Andrew.
Because we've got Kenny Jackett in charge.
Thank you for your honest answer. Blackpool working their way back into this one now. Possession at the back. Almost mirrors the way that Pompey were treading about things in the first half. They're still very much in this one, the Tangerines.
I think I would have. I know everyone could, not everyone, but certain people would think I'm mental. But I would definitely rag it off the pitch and put Jack Watmore in that place along with Nikolaisen. You got creative people that bring the ball out and pass the ball well forwards, and not somebody who's a little bit iffy. You know, I think Jack's got much more skill on the ball, and so's Nikolaisen. And those two working the centre halves, I think together would be a really good pairing, Tom.
Elliot Embledon is the change that will shortly be made for Blackpool. Still no news on whether Geordie Hawula will be making his way onto the pitch. But it's, as the legend Sean Meads has quite rightly said, it is a big 10 minutes on its way to us. And hopefully we will come out of the next 10 minutes with at least a goal in the back of the net. That free kick is chipped forward towards Rasmus Nikolaisen, who can't do an awful lot with it other than get it away.
Cleared it now.
As Ronan Curtis looks to capitalise on that clearance, and he sent Andy Cannon, who will use George Byers, who will look to use his pace in order to get to that one first. There's Andy Cannon. Ball's floated across to John Marquis, across the face of goal, and Curtis, just if he got the right side of his...
He's gone to the right-hand side of him. He's going to whack that in, and it's fine margins, isn't it? But
yeah. Game's opened up a little bit now.
We should be putting a slot to the sword, though, mate. This is the worry I've got, that we struggle against most teams these days, don't we?
Yeah.
We don't look convincing, do we? Even if we win this game 1-0, we're not going to go away ecstatic about winning the league, are we?
Curtis is just... oh, no. Lincoln are 2-1 up now against Wigan. Sorry.
Not a surprise, is it?
I'm not quite sure what happened there.
They're better team, Tom. They're better teams than us. Let's face it. They are better.
No.
They are, mate. They
No.
are. Lincoln, Doncaster, Hull are better. They've got better aggression than we've got. They've got better direction from the management team, I think. You know, they play better.
I disagree massively.
They play better football.
We beat Lincoln fair and square earlier on in the season, mate.
Yeah, when was that? They beat us fair and square in the last 2 weeks, mate.
Well, I disagree that they're better side. I think we are still the best side in this division. We are, mate. We are.
I honestly don't.
Andy Cannon, call yourself a Pompey fan.
I'm a
Charlie
Pompey fan, but I'm
Daniels.
just telling the truth, mate.
Oh, he fancies a shot there, and he's actually won a corner for his troubles.
We a lot of huff and puff, Tom. Doesn't seem like now, 75 minutes in, we have done nothing for the last 25 minutes, and Jacket has not changed anything.
I don't know why.
Not changed anything in the last 25 minutes, and we should have done. You can see it's not working.
Oh! Loose in the 6-yard area. It's a decent delivery of a corner, and that one again. Oh. Not happy that the throw-in has gone Blackpool's way, actually. It was the keeper that got his punch away, and let's watch this one again. It was a Blackpool
player.
Yeah. I'm quite sure why the refs, the Lions called that one. There we go. Anthony said we have the best players, but don't seem to be playing as a team at the moment.
Why is that? Structure?
Here comes Geordie Hewula, and Ellis Harrison is making his way onto the field.
Curtis and that'll be Curtis and Marcus off then, I reckon.
Sunderland are 3 goals to the good in their game against Burton Albion. We await those changes to be made for Pompey. I tell you what, the football is quite reflective of the state of
they break away.
Of stands in Fratton Park.
Why can't we do stuff like that?
It's Williams and Marquis who have been.
Well done, Nicolaisen.
So it's actually it's a front 2 switch, that one for me. It's Williams and Marquis coming off, Hewula and Harrison up top. So it's both. It's your 2 forwards to be replaced by 2 forwards, Andrew.
So no change in it.
I
probably would have left him on there.
I haven't seen John Marquis come off for a long time.
I would probably at this point taken off more of a midfield player like a Cannon and put on. Curtis I'd have taken off actually and left Marcus on there.
Can I get hi Liz to my mum, Tom? She's watching. Hello Liz, welcome along to the stream. Like that he didn't ask you to say hello to Liz, he asked me. So there's a little bit of love for me on the stream still.
Joe, I'll say hello to Liz as well, mate.
Oh, there you go.
She'll probably like my jokes.
Absolutely no one likes your jokes, mate. We've got our best team on the pitch and they're a hard team to break down, says Owen. Yeah, it's not been easy to get the ball in behind Blackpool today, has it?
But watch how they break so much quicker than we do, Tom. A lot of teams do that. We seem to mess about with it in midfield too much, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we huff and puff it.
77 minutes has been played. A very warm welcome along to you.
Nicolaisen again, brilliant header.
And your sister Becky. Joe, it is a family affair watching Fournilwrittenalloverit this afternoon. A very good afternoon to you all, and thank you very much for joining us. Likewise to everyone else who joins us across the globe here on Fournilwrittenalloverit this afternoon. Drop the stream a like if you're just popping in to say hi, and also subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, all that good stuff. 12 minutes to go now in this one at Fratton Park, plus whatever is added on as stoppage time. Here comes the Blackpool throw-in, who Ellis Sims has actually not done a very good job of controlling there. Sorry, it was Grant Ward who poked that one out of play for Blackpool. Northampton are now 2-3 up away from home against MK Dons. It is MK Dons 2, Northampton Town 3. Accrington Stanley have equalised against Shrewsbury Town elsewhere in League One. Back here at Fratton Park, Harrison doing a bit of
didn't do much, but
didn't do much.
Just put it out.
It is a family 4-0 watch along. There we go. Anyone else who's watching us as a family, be lovely to know. We're watching as a family, aren't we, today? wonder if anyone else is.
Oh, he's going to give him that.
No, he's not. He's going to play on, referee.
Oh, no, here we are.
Here we go.
Get to him, Nicholson.
Oh, it needed saving from Craig McGilvery again. And my word, that was just wide of the post from Craig McGilvery.
Look at that attack and the strike on the ball twice. What have we done? This is my point, Tom. Look at them. Lively, fast, move the ball quick, put the guy in. He's hit it.
Good save.
Good save. Wasn't a lot of power on it, but he's hit it. And then this guy, whack.
It's actually Raggett.
Raggett's bottom and it's out for a corner. But the pace on the movement, we got nothing like that.
No, we haven't. Dangerous stuff. And Blackpool playing the more lively football, aren't they, this afternoon?
Yeah.
As that subsequent corner goes in, and that one's, I think it was Ronan Curtis. George Byers who rose the highest.
Great ball out. Who was it? That was Huola.
There you go. Pleased with what you've seen of him so far.
I am. Like him a lot. He's got to get a start ahead of Marcus, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he has, because Marcus is, as Sean said the other day, he hasn't put one away for ages, has he?
Daniels coming down the left-hand side. As Thomas has quite rightly said, the top three are all winning.
And that's what we were saying earlier, guys.
Daniels taking the throw in on the left-hand side. He's got Andy Cannon. George Byers is closest to him.
Needs someone, doesn't he? Move for him. Cannon.
There's a header. Oh, is that a foul? Referee's going to play on. Oh, Blackpool breaking into the box. They're quick again. It's dangerous from Jerry Yates. Oh, my God.
That is not a surprise, is it?
No.
I'm nipping out to get some jammy dodgers.
Oh, for God's sake.
They deserve it, Tom.
Well, Pompey can't get the lead in the first 45. They're constantly chasing the game. Oh, God.
Look how quickly they break. It's what I was saying to you. We've got nothing. Nothing at all. Look, and there's no one up there for them. Look, no one yet. Watch it. He's got no choice but to go on his own. And look at Raggett. What's he doing? Back to the man and falling over. It's pathetic. Watch Raggett. Get into him, dickhead. Watch this. Joke.
Naylor trying to drive Pompey back into things, and it was Ellis Harrison, but it's offside anyway, so it doesn't matter. But that, oh, Jesus Christ. Not again. Jerry Yates. Scored 11 this season now. Oh. Well, if you're just joining us, ladies and gents, I'm just about to update the scoreboard for you, but it's 1-0 in the visiting team's favour. And now Pompey have given themselves a mountain to climb again, conceding in the 81st minute.
Look at it. It's pathetic. Okay, frustration boils over a little bit, but it's just like drawing teeth, isn't it?
Probably nicer than drawing teeth. I'd rather have my teeth drawn out. If we lose against Blackpool, things, start
I'm not negative, Tom.
No, I'm just saying, but starting to come to mind that
I've said to you, there's teams better than us in this league. There's not better players in this league. There's teams better in this league, and it's about direction, desire, and movement in it. And we've got none of that, have we? We haven't got a plan B. We ain't got a plan B, have we? I don't think sometimes we've got a plan A, frankly, but we ain't got a plan B.
it's looking like Pompey's season's just sort of running away from them a little bit now, from my point of view. And if this game finishes the way that it is at the moment, I think that is very much something.
I said a draw wouldn't be good enough, Tom. Even a 0-0 or 1-1 would be poor against this side. 14th, they're rubbish. But look how quick they break against us. How much desire they've got.
They only needed a second break, didn't they?
We shouldn't have to worry about breaking teams down. Somebody made a comment about breaking teams down. They're breaking us down quickly enough, aren't they? We're supposed to be.
I'm breaking down watching it. 85 minutes has been played at Fratton Park, and it's a seemingly awful long way back for this Pompey side now. This game isn't over yet for Blackpool. They're breaking into the penalty area, and again, for the second time in a week, I'm going to say it. What on earth is Sean Raggett doing?
I said before that happened, Tom, and it's not me saying I told you so, but we've got to get Jack Watmore on that pitch with Nick Darson at the back. He's a playmaker, isn't he? I don't have Curtis Offer there as well. I wouldn't have him on there. He's just been awful, hasn't he?
Ellis Harrison now for Pompey.
Huffing and puffing always.
Anyway, Johnson's tries to get a cross in, and Pompey very much just clutching at the thinnest of straws. Why has it all gone so horribly wrong in just the space of a week?
But it hasn't. It's been like it for ages.
No, it hasn't at all.
Mate. It's been like it for 6 weeks.
Oh, it's just... Oh, anyway. Fed up of being negative. Let's look at the positives.
What?
Oh, hang on.
What should we do then?
No, I'm just thinking there aren't really very many. No. Well, the only positive is that Pompey still remain fourth.
Yeah, but we're losing the grip, aren't we? We're getting way behind.
Here comes the cross in. Pompey at least trying to give themselves a chance in these final 4 minutes. Jordi Hawula. It's a good touch from Byers. Cannon's there. It's a shot over the bar from Charlie Daniels, and that was really unnecessary.
Good effort, though. At least he had a go.
Over the far by some margin, though, that one.
We weren't too far away, Tom. He was rising all the time, but...
Pompey, again, are their own worst enemy, aren't they? And we've said that too many times this season, but they are. They said it, didn't they? Richard said it. Sean said it. The legend Sean Mead said it. So both Seans have said it. I don't know how we didn't see it. We were so positive about it.
Look at the passing and movement from them, Tom. We're nothing like it. People say we're a better side. We're not a better side. Look how well they knock the ball about.
So, ball in from Garbutt, and McGilvery's opt to come and try and get that one away.
Stay with him.
Curtis,
it's our ball.
That would be probably a foul committed by Ronan Curtis because he was angry. The seconds are ticking away now. There's only 2.5 minutes left on the clock. This is absolutely dreadful to watch from Pompey. It's been dreadful all afternoon, but to be a goal down as well.
Dreadful. It's been dreadful for 6 weeks.
We were worried. All right. We were.
I'm not all right.
We were just rocking the table all over the place. We were worried, weren't we, if the first half performance replicated itself in the second, and it has very much done so. That's exactly what's happened.
Yeah. Does Kenny really think we just have to turn up to win? The positive is that we are winning on corners. Yeah, this is what we're hearing, isn't it?
Here comes the free kick from Blackpool. It's a long one, and it will be a freaking corner for Blackpool in the last couple of minutes. A few more seconds have passed, and now it's looking absolutely impossible for Pompey to even get back into within a point of this game. I don't think we've had a half decent performance apart from Wimbledon and Swindon at Fratton Park this season that I can recall.
They were two very, very poor sides.
Blackpool didn't look like anything special.
They're looking all over us.
No, didn't. All of a sudden, they've scored a goal and things have changed. Peterborough now 3-0 up against AFC Wimbledon.
Tactics from the management team, innit? Go out there, get a 0-0 at half time, let 10 minutes play, and then get at them quickly and nick one. That's what they've done. And they're actually looking like they want the next one. We don't, with 1 minute to go.
Ball hasn't been at a blue player's foot for quite a while as Craig McGilvery's under pressure to get that one out. He's almost a boot of frustration there from Craig McGilvery. And if the referee blows up for handball there, I'm just going to walk off. He hasn't done. And we're about to tick over into the 90th minute here at Fratton Park.
They're knocking it around like they're having a kickabout. We need to win, get this goal, get the ball back and score. What are we doing?
We are into added time. There will be 3 minutes added on at the end of this one. It is now MK Dons 4, Northampton Town 3. So quite a game there at Stadium MK this afternoon. I don't know what to say to you, to be quite honest, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm sorry we can't be more upbeat, and I'm sorry we can't make this any better.
Oh, it's laughable, isn't it, fellas?
It's
Ladies,
awful.
Gents, uncles, aunties, whoever you might be out there. It's friggin' funny, isn't it?
Anyway, half a minute of the final 3. The good news is it's nearly time to go and watch the Merseyside derby. So that's always a good thing, isn't it? But from a Pompey perspective, this has been absolutely woeful this afternoon.
Look at this. Headed on to Harrison, who's up there on his own, just heading it in the 90th minute.
In the last 15 minutes or so, it's felt like watching the Bristol Rovers game again. Pompey have offered close to nothing. And this could be an opportunity now. Tom Naylor, George Byers finds Ellis Harrison, who subsequently finds Andy Cannon. This could be the last chance for Pompey as the ball is Geordie Hawula in the box. Oh, Daniels, just swing something at it, mate.
It's a free kick.
And it's a freaking free kick. And it's going to be Curtis in the book, probably.
He ran straight into him.
And the keeper's out having a proper word as well.
And he's laughing in his face.
I'm just interested to see what the conversation's going to be. It's going to be... the referee's actually quite cool, calm and collected with this. This stream makes it more bearable. I wouldn't want to see this on my own. I know, William. We're all here together, mate. But it's... Thanks, Timothy.
We're all together, mate. Cheer up, Tom. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. 45 years of this. I've been keeping the faith. We're just so frustrated with how we play so badly, say, week after week after week.
To be honest, it's ever since we lost 4-0 to Hull, it's not been anything succinct about the way Pompey have played,
saying it's form and it's time, whatever. It's not that. It's about how we are tactically inept, Tom. We haven't got a clue from the management side, have we, on what to do? I'm not suggesting I've got the answers, but play some football and pass the ball to each other.
Oh, Richard's hit the nail on the head. We are about as much use as a handbrake in a canoe. I completely agree with that. That's one of my favourite comments of the afternoon. Nicolaison's gone long and Geordie Hawula. That's probably it. That's it tonight. Is that it for automatic promotion hopes?
Oh, yeah, for sure it is. There's 5 teams better than us, above us, Tom.
Right now, I think that's it. And there is...
People are going to say there's 50 points to play for, 48 points to play for, whatever it might be.
Not like this, there isn't. Yeah.
No. That's twice Blackpool beating us 1-0 this season. Yeah, thanks. Great game.
Yeah, good game. Yeah, nice. Thanks, Joe Gallen, just shaking hands with everyone.
I'll go and pick my £5 grand up and go home. Not good enough, Tom. That was not good enough. Tuesday night was poor. This is just as bad.
Let's take a mind off things. Let's see what's still to come here on Fournilwrittenalloverit over the next couple of weeks. Hello. What am I saying hello for? I've lost it completely. Oxford United are next up for Pompey at home, away from home, Tuesday night, sorry.
I'll look forward to
That's
that.
one to look forward to. Gillingham are up next at Fratton Park. Then it's followed by Doncaster Rovers away from home. Northampton Town are next up for Pompey, and then it's Portsmouth versus Sunderland live here on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Tuesday the 9th of March. Join us from 2 o'clock. After that, at least we've got a trip to Wembley to look forward to. It will be Portsmouth versus Salford City live here from 2 o'clock Saturday, the 13th of March. Probably lose the Wembley Cup final as well. Right, the first gentleman we are going to speak to after that is Retro Shirt Sean, who I'm sure is going to completely dissect this one for us.
I just got to nip down to Tesco and get them jammies for you, mate. Them jammy
Perfect. Oh, that was depressing. It
was.
Don't laugh about it, Tom. Ain't funny. That's your way out, isn't it? That's your excuse.
What, for laughing?
Yeah, ain't funny, is it?
It's not. It's just depressing. The whole thing is just depressing. And looking at your fixtures coming up, if it wasn't for the Salford game, Oxford's a bogey team, and then the rest. Where's the rest of the points going to come from? But on the plus side, at least we're not going to get relegated.
That's very true. I think we are mathematically safe. That's a very good point to make. And thank you so much for making that one, making that point.
It feels like a championship manager game. Do you remember the old championship manager game from back in the day, where you'd pick your team and you'd be winning 3-4 goals at the start of the season, but once all your strikers and all your midfielders scored the goals they're allowed to score in the season, you wouldn't score anymore, and you'd have like 20 crosses, 30 shots on target, and no one would score. It feels like that.
That's exactly what's happened there.
Adam's in there.
That's exactly what's happened. Well,
although in the second half, it'd be nice to see
what needs to change, Sean?
The changes that we want from the start. We wanted the Jack distribution from the back, with Rasmus. We don't want Raggett. He's just, the midfielders, I like Byers. He looks good. Byers looks good. So I'm quite, like to see him.
I think that was one of the only positives that we took away from Tuesday night, wasn't it? And again today. So I'd like to see him in the starting 11.
Curtis needs benched. He's just not performing. He's not doing it. His attitude doesn't help the team, and the fouls that he's bringing on brings the pressure back onto us. So at the minute, he wouldn't even get my starting 11.
Who would you have in his place, Sean?
Well, Jacobs when he's there, but he's injured, so anybody. You must have someone else. It's depressing. It really is. Do you put Brown at left back and put Daniels further up the pitch?
Yeah.
That's got to be better than a Curtis who's not playing.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
But then, and then Harness today, he just looked out of sorts, offbeat, no morale. He looked low. And, again, once he's gone, you've got him and Williams, and they're very similar players, but if they haven't got the confidence, it takes them games to come back. So, I do worry that we're not going to make the playoffs. We're just going to fizzle now and just slide down the table. We need to turn this around, and the next game is a big one. And Oxford's not a great place to go to. We don't have a good history of going there.
Great.
Well, it's great week to look forward to then.
Oh, I cannot wait.
The only thing I'm really looking forward to is going shopping for them jammy Dodgers to see if I can get the bargain ones at 99p.
You promised a double pack, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll get the double pack. Do they have to be the originals, or can I get the Tesco own brand ones?
That performance only warrants a Tesco's own brand, I think.
That was very much. That was an everyday value performance, wasn't it? That one. Retro Shirt Sean, it's been a pleasure to have you alongside us once again, mate, and thank you for sticking with us. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening.
The Merseyside derby better be better.
Yes, I'm hoping so too. And we will very shortly be shooting off to watch that one. Sean, it's been a pleasure, mate. We will see you for a bogey team on Tuesday. Hey.
Excellent.
Cheers,
See you guys
mate.
later.
Right. That is it. Mr. Poirier is there, as Andrew's quite rightly said. Adam, make this quick, mate, please.
Mate, I'm going to talk. What are you doing next week? What are you doing next week? Let's not talk about this week.
Exactly.
What's happening? I'm not talking.
What happened out there?
It's the meme player, isn't it? It's Sean bloody Raggett. It's just not. Why aren't we starting the best centre back in our club? Like, why is he on the bench? Why is Raggett constantly on the pitch when he makes like errors and the person next to him is pinging passes left and right, like controlling the play, and then the other one is just like the clumsy sort of jester of the group.
Do you reckon he's in there for entertainment value, just so everyone gets
spice it up? Yeah, I reckon
Yeah.
it's a big bet. It's one elaborate ruse, isn't it? He's just been put in there to make the bookies a little bit of extra money, like, oh yeah, Portsmouth will lose this game because Raggett lets in an own goal or something.
It's a hard watch, Adam, isn't it?
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, maybe that's automatic's gone out the window potentially, but I mean, we can still get playoffs. I think it's not impossible, but yeah, Lincoln and Hull are just out of our leagues if we're doing stuff like that.
Would you like to go up to the Championship with this team and get battered every week, though?
It would be nice. It would be nice
What would happen with this management structure?
I think we deserve the Championship. I wouldn't mind going straight back down. I think we deserve it. We deserve the limelight of it, I think. I don't mind.
We as fans do. We as fans do. Yeah.
I don't think we deserve, like, not with the team that we've got, but I think we deserve like the concept of going to the Championship. I don't mind if we go straight down, as long as we've been there, we can prove that we can get there. I think that's the main thing.
The idea of going up there, though, is then to stay there, stabilise for a year or two, and then challenge for the Premier League. Is Kenny Jackett and Joe Gannon the team at the top to take us there? Watching that today and watching how quickly Blackpool won the break, you could argue they were getting us on the break. Of course they were, but then we weren't getting anywhere, were we? Midfield, the final third was shocking all day, wasn't it?
The Championship is a tough league. There is no way that we could even cope in that league with that defence. Even attack as well. We weren't even doing anything.
Any positives? Very quickly.
Byers and Rasmus. That's it. That's the two. Done. Easy.
Yeah, fair comment. I think I'll go with that.
Should we do it all again on Tuesday, mate? Do you fancy it, or should we just have a night
I'll
off?
bring a box of tissues next time to cry, I think. But yeah, we'll do it next week.
Great. Cannot wait. It's just a matter of hours away. Adam, thank you very much for joining us, mate. And we will see you on Tuesday night.
See you later, mate.
Cheers, mate. My word. This is just... Oh, come on then, Richard. Let's do this. You called it, mate. We were all laughing at you.
I know. I think Sean backed me up though. I say the subs were right. Byers, Awula. I think Awula, must admit, he looked quite quick on the ground actually. I didn't realise he was as quick as that. But no, absolutely poor performance. Curtis needs to be back on the bench. His attitude is absolutely stinks. It's like a sports school kid, at times. The way you see him arguing with the ref and with other players. But no, I say it's been mentioned, and if playoffs, if we're lucky, you look at Peterborough now. They're 55 points now. They're suddenly starting to run away. With the top two, so not good.
Well, the Doncaster Hull game is actually now 3-3. So
we need to win today even more then.
Well, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm just going to have a quick refresh of the league table. But Richard, what needs to change between now and Tuesday if we were to have any hope of keeping pace?
I don't know. I think we need to come out as a team, don't we? We need Marcus on the bench. We need Jack back in the back four. Raggett on the bench. Cannon benched, I think, because I don't think he did much at all today. And to have some sort of fighting spirit, because, say, the way we're going, we're playing Oxford. They're only a couple of points out of the playoffs. I think I just had a look while you were chatting to all the other lads. I think the game that we'll win is Northampton, and I think up until then, I said we're going to be it'd be a bit touch and go really, whether we get a draw or whether we lose at the week on Tuesday. And we'll say Gillingham next Saturday as well. Another bogey team, aren't they? Another tough team. So,
well, at least we can look forward to a win against Northampton. I suppose that's
yeah.
Are we really? Well, I don't know. I'll tell you what. Bryn Morris might score against us, mightn't he? That'd be fun.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But apart from that, no, I'd say it wasn't a good show. Disappointing for a Saturday. A wet and windy Shropshire weather Saturday.
In the legend Sean Mead is normally quite measured with his comments. I think we'll all agree on that one. But he has said that Kenny will resign tomorrow. I cannot see that happening. But
Sean Mead has been on the red wine again.
He probably has.
He's eaten too many jammy Dodgers. It's gone to his head.
What about this one, Richard? Abby says Raggett is the wobbly wheel on the supermarket trolley.
That's a good one, yeah.
That's a good one.
Highlighted today is Andrew Snail joke. That's it. Highlighted today.
Did you like that one?
Yeah, that's the best one. Yeah.
Excellent. There we go. More to come from Andrew, more to come from Richard as well. Hopefully he'll be able to join us during the week. And
everybody then next Tuesday night, let's all get a packet of jammy Dodgers on the table.
There we go.
And then at the end we'll celebrate the win with a bite of jammy
Dodgers. The win. Have you seen Oxford play this season?
Not our win, Oxford's win.
Oh, right. I see. Right, Richard, thank you for that, mate. We'll see you on Tuesday night.
Take care, mate.
Jammy Dodger Tuesday. Cannot wait. Right. Aaron, let's do this, mate. I know you've probably got lots to tell us. If you wouldn't mind making it as brief as possible. We have been live for 3 and a bit hours now, and I'm starting to get a bit fed up. How are you?
Shocked and stunned.
Same.
Shocked and stunned.
Are you shocked? Are you really shocked? Are you really shocked?
When we come out the first half, I thought, right, come on. But then we needed that early goal, but we didn't get the early goal. And like the other guy said, they will come back, and it always happens. Always happens. Like, we play fantastic first half, and then they always get us on the second half. And looking at the table now, we're now 8 points behind Lincoln, who's in first, and 6 points behind Peterborough, who are in second, and we've now dropped down to 5th. So our form is terrible at the moment. So if we don't win next Tuesday and Saturday next week, then it's playoffs. But if we don't win them games, then I can actually see us dropping out of the playoffs. And then we got that final against Salford, and I'm very nervous about that as well now. Very nervous, even though they're in League Two, but anyone can beat us at the moment. It's really disheartening. It really is. It's yeah. I don't know what's going on with the team. They're just not playing together. We should be killing this league with the actual squad we've got, but it's just not working. Not working at all.
Just looking at that,
7 points behind Peterborough.
Just looking at that table, it is 7 points behind. Just looking at that table, Aaron, we're kind of all of a sudden we're looking over our shoulders at our friends who play their football at the Stadium of Light. They're only a point behind us. Same games played. They were down and out of it initially, weren't they?
Yeah, down and out. And Accrington are still they're 2 points behind us with a game in hand.
Yeah.
So it's just like, if we don't start backing our ideas up, come next weekend, we could be out the playoffs. So
that's not what we wanted to hear.
No, it's not. And life as a Pompey fan is tough, but this is quite tough at the moment. This last couple of weeks, Christmas we were phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But like you said earlier on, against that whole game when we lost 4-0, that's been our downfall. And if you want to go up to the Championship, you need to be winning these games. And we're just not doing it. That we're playing well, but it's just that final touch. It's not the final third. The final third's there. It's just that final touch. But Curtis needs to be dropped. It really does.
We said it enough times. There's no motivation in the changing room. There's no motivation on that pitch. It feels like to me. There's not an attitude of excitement, aggression. happiness. It feels like a very unhappy place, doesn't it? And I think Jacket brings us down to that level, and we all get a bit dull about it. You know, it's frustrating for us to sit here for the 3rd season and watch this trash again and again and again when we've got great players that could play so much good, better football with the right direction and opportunity. But then saying that, they're all good professional individuals. They should know how to pass that ball to each other a bit quicker and move into space a bit quicker. Difficult to break down, people were saying earlier. Well, we got to be difficult to break down, haven't we? But we're not. People cut through us like putty.
And everyone can read us now like a book. They know the tactics we use. They know our formation. And then all they do is just get us on that one counter, and then they score a goal. And Raggett, I'm 50-50 with Raggett, but last couple of games, he should not be playing. He should not be on that starting 11. If a player gets injured, then bring him on as a sub. But yeah, fair enough. He scored a couple of goals here and there, but he's done more disasters in the last couple of weeks than anyone else. And it's just, I would have dropped Raggett today instead of Bolton. But yeah, it's just unbelievable. But Curtis is like Thorne. Some of the players really do need to step up now. So, and at the end of the day, the majority of them are all out of contract at the end of the season. So are we going to be back at square one again if we don't go up? Are we going to be trying to find players and everything again? It's really heartbreaking and everything, especially for all the fans. Because we're not there, we want to see the passion and everything. If fans were in the stadium, it'd be completely different because we'd be on their backs and everything. But because we're not there, they're not playing for the team. They're not playing for the fans.
But saying that, I appreciate what you're saying about the fans being there because it is the most passionate football club in the country by far. We all know that, and every other team knows that as well, including the likes of Newcastle and Sunderland. They all know that Pompey's the most passionate club in the country by far. But the point is, I think we shouldn't be relying on our fans to make us win the game, should we? We should have the passion already in the changing rooms and the dressing room and the attitude. Oh, it's dull as dishwater talking to Kenny Jacket, isn't it? No, I'll say that live on air. It's dull, isn't it? And there's no motivation.
It also makes me think: is there something else happening in that with the team? Is there a couple of players that are like stirring it up a little bit to actually make them not perform? Is there that little inkling in the backgrounds that we don't know about, but they're just causing problems and issues and everything? You see it in other teams and everything when the teams turn on the managers. Is that starting to happen in our dressing room?
Well, it's the question we cannot and will not have the answer to, unfortunately, Aaron. But my final one to you before we speak to Brendan and his dad, and then we're all going to shoot off and drown our sorrows. Where do you think we will finish come the end of the season? Where will Pompey be in May?
In my heart, champions, but my head is saying just in the playoffs.
Crikey. Yeah. And that's coming from probably the most positive member of the Fournilwrittenalloverit team, bar the man sat next to me. Aaron.
But the thing is, if we can actually start winning games and go on a massive, massive run, then we'll be champions. I really strongly believe we could still be champions, but we need the other teams to fail. And at the present, I can't see them failing like Lincoln and Peterborough. Peterborough's on a wicked run, absolute wicked run at the moment. But unless we start winning games and scoring and getting all our squad to be firing on all cylinders, playoffs at best at the moment.
Okay, well, unfortunately, Aaron, we're going to have to leave it there, but we will see you on Tuesday night, mate. Thank you so much for being with us. And
have a good evening.
Take care of yourself.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, no worries. Speak to you soon.
Cheers, mate. That was Aaron, who's joined us on Fournilwrittenalloverit. Right, Brendan and Brendan's dad, Mike. 18 games to play, 54 points available to Pompey, but it's going to take something very special to get anywhere near where we want to be.
Yes, extremely special. Unfortunately, my dad can't join me. He's off doing something else at the moment. He's sorting his phone out. Yeah, he's not going to be here. He's sorting his phone out and sorting out. He's coming from work. He needs to have a shower and stuff, so he's a bit annoyed as well.
Good for him.
Good for him. Yeah, definitely. But so can we rename Aaron? Can we now name him Ty, please? And get him a set of headphones, please. You don't get the reference, do you?
Not really. Explain it.
Arsenal Fan TV, you got Ty.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I do. Dad won't, but I do.
You can show your dad Ty later on.
I will do. I'll show him a bit of Robbie as well. He won't have seen Robbie on there.
Yeah. So anyway,
Claude as well. Claude reminds me a bit of Dad actually at times.
He does. It's time to go.
It is. Well, is it
For
time to
Kenny.
go, Brendan, for you?
Well, I just want to say he's going nowhere. He ain't leaving. He ain't going to get sacked. His contract's going to run out in June, and then we're going to go from there. It's sad to say, but it's the way it's going to be. I said earlier that in the first half we did everything right except for score, didn't we? And it's in the second half again. We didn't play badly. We dominated the possession. They got a breakaway goal and scored. You know, they probably should have scored 2 minutes before that, and they didn't. But yeah, we're doing it. They just beat us on the break, and we're stuffed. You know. And
Brendan, I'll just share this one with you, and Andrew sits next to me. Pompey's last 7 League One matches: 2 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. That's not league winning potential, is it?
No, not at all. Even if you break up over the season, you know, you said it earlier on, if we did goals per game and points per game ratio at the start of the season, and we stopped it now, you know, we'd be top. But you know, the game. You know, over the season so far, we're not. How can I put it? So far, we're not a team that's not going to make the playoffs, and we're not going to make the top 3 or the top 2. Sorry, I still think I'd like to think we still will do it. You know, I don't like being negative about Pompey. You know, it's my release in life. You know, and you know, if we're negative all the time, you know, life at the moment isn't the most positive with the coronavirus and lockdown and everything. So we need to have a positive outlet, and I like to think positive about Pompey going through. And he's joined me now. Here he is.
Here he is.
Yeah, he's back.
He's smiling. How is he smiling? He didn't watch the game.
Because my phone's been sent to repair today, and I've been struggling with an old A3, a Galaxy A3, and I've just been speaking to a lovely lady in Wales who's got me online properly. So I'm all right.
Wonderful.
Right. Hence the smile. But yeah, let's not talk about Pompey. I watched the second half whilst trying to get changed and everything like that, and I thought we were atrocious, really atrocious. I'm not happy.
No. And adding on to that, what you said earlier to the other guys, what needs to change in these next upcoming games is we need to change our strike force.
Yeah. And style of football. The style of football. I mean, the times again that I see it go up towards Marquis and he's not ready for it, or he's not there. A couple of crosses went in. He was too late to get near the ball. And also the one that he knocked back across to the middle. Well, why did he knock it across in the middle? There was nobody there. Ronan was the other side of the goal, and I think it was Cannon or Byers were well outside the box. So what was the point of knocking it back?
Yeah.
I'll ask you this one. If Eddie Howe knocked on Mark Catlin's door today and said, I'm available, I'll come and take your team up to the championship, what would you do? You'd take him tomorrow, wouldn't you?
We would, and we talked about this, me and Brendan, actually, about a month and a half ago.
Yeah,
and with my other sons that are obviously Pompey supporters, and we would love Eddie Howe to walk through our door. He's got unfinished business at Pompey.
Yeah, with obviously, and I've noticed online recently, everyone, you know, on the Pompey fan page and stuff, that people have been talking, saying, "Oh, who's the manager you'd come in now if Kenny was sacked?" And all the normal names bounce around: Eddie Howe, Appleton. Appleton's not going to leave Lincoln and come to us when he's top of the league with them and possibly be champions and promoted with them, unless something catastrophic happens to them. He ain't coming back. Frank Lampard's been bounced around, Tim Sherwood as well, and it's like Paul Cook again. You know, would people have Paul Cook back? People didn't like his style of football, did they?
Well, I'd have him back.
He got results.
He's proved he can do it. He's proved he can do it. I think Eddie's done his proud to get them up Bournemouth where they went from to. Appreciate they came back down, but I still think he wants to be back in football. But yes, he's had a break.
Bournemouth had 5 years in the Premier League with a shoestring budget.
Yes,
you know.
And what can he do with us then, Andrew? What can he do with us?
You would play some football. That's what you would do, and that's what we want to see. If we'd lost today but played really well, you'd say, "Oh, that was unlucky." But actually, we didn't play well, did we? And first half,
we haven't played well, Andrew. For those 7 games that you've just mentioned, we might have won a couple, but we've certainly lost those. But we haven't played well. There's no connecting football anymore by the looks of it.
No.
And the biggest issue for me, as I said to Tom off air a few times during the week, is I'm not enjoying it. You know, I'm not excited about pitching up on Tuesday night and Saturday to watch us play football.
Hang on a second.
We will do because we're loyal. We will do because Pompey's got a great bunch of loyal supporters and will always be there. We might not like it and we moan about it at times when they're playing absolutely atrocious like they are, but we'll still be there.
Yeah, and sort of going back to what Aaron said beforehand when he said about Pompey were doing so much better if the fans were there, but every other team have been performing without fans. So we can't just blame it on the fact that we're not there because teams are Lincoln are performing consistently without fans. Hull are performing consistently without their fans. Maybe they haven't got the fan base that Pompey have got and the the sort of the noise that we create. But you can't just put it down to that because there's teams in the Premier League still who, Burnley, for example, they haven't got massive fans, but, they're sort of like, they're not, how can I say it? They're not losing every week, not bottom half, Well, they're not bottom of the table.
I would also say that it is probably a reflection of the fact that also your dad's got a mother and child fitting coming out the top of his head right now, Brendan. Not sure if you can see that, but
oh, that's a light.
What I was going to say to that was that's probably the reason for the nature of the topsy-turvy results that we're having this season, isn't it? And it's not just Pompey that are without their fans. It is because no one's got any fans. And so when a game might slightly turn towards your home support, perhaps, or whether the away following might just give you that little boost, it doesn't happen. And that's where you get the strange results from.
Is this then showing the true colours of what managers and their staff is all about? Because there is no influences from the fans on either side on any game. So the ones that are doing it and performing are doing it as managers and teams together. We're not joined up. We're not joined up at all, I don't think.
No, I was chatting to a chap at work today, and he was he's a Wolves fan. And I was telling him, Kenny was in charge of you lot. What was your view on him? And he said, well, no one likes Kenny's style of football, but he ground out results. And I think over the last few years, Kenny we have ground out results. Yes, and we've been unlucky in the last few playoffs, which I grant. We got us the check and trade final, or got us the 2 finals, hadn't he? And we ground out those results. He said, in the end, it didn't work out because he didn't have the budget that he needed at Wolves to propel them. And then they got their new owners in, the Chinese owners in.
It's the best win percentage since Harry Redknapp with Kenny Jackett, isn't it, as a manager? So
where's it got us though?
Unfortunately, that's the problem. Yeah, we've plateaued in League One.
Look at any statistics, can't you? You can look at any statistics about how much play you've had, how much possession you've had. But just look at how Blackpool sliced us open in the last 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes, time and time again. They could have got 2 or 3, couldn't they? And we were all at sea, weren't we? Didn't have a clue what to do with it. And in the dressing room, in my view, they've got a clue on plan A and then got a clue on plan B. That's a fact of life. You can see it from the kickoff, can't you? It's just the same old boring stuff, isn't it?
What have the other teams got to get their players to do that? Or the managerial staff and everything to get their players to do it at a certain time in the game like that. And it's not just Blackpool. The others have done it as well, exactly the same. They might have had hardly any of the play, but all of a sudden something's clicked and it's gone and they've scored. And then we can't get back into it at all.
No, but you think the game like the Plymouth game we had, we got Curtis on and then we went 2 goals down and then, it turned over and then we pulled it back and drew 2-2. So what happened in that game to make the players go, right, turn it on?
We need to do this. We need to do that. What's doing it?
What happened was Curtis came on, who wanted to prove himself to Jackett. The minute when he scored that goal, he's straight back to looking across to Jackett and the team and the management team, as if to say, "I'm the man." And he might be better on the bench with a threat when we're actually not winning. It might be better to bring him on.
We can't rely on Ronan Curtis to win games in League One.
I'm saying that's a better option to leave him on the bench than play him.
It's a team lifter, you're saying, Andrew, isn't it? You're saying that it's a team lifter. That's what it was at the time that it was most probably needed.
That's it.
I don't know. I appreciate Harrison and Awula are maybe not that style yet. But if you, I think you need to give Geordie and Harrison a run together from the start. I'm getting really a bit cheesed off with seeing Marquis all the time not producing all the time, and he always starts with it. Well, let's change it around. He did drop it a few times. I think it was last season or even earlier this season, and didn't play him from the start. Let's see some of that again. Let's get some fighting spirit back in, because it seems to be lacking at the moment.
And I had a rumor somewhere online recently that he had something written in his contract at Doncaster about when Marquis is fit, Marquis starts. You know, and when he's not injured or not suspended, that Marquis will start every game. So I don't know if he's got something like that signed up with Pompey. I don't think Catlin's that stupid.
Well, they're not going to tell us if it is.
No, they're not, are they? But yeah.
No, absolutely. Gents, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for joining us once again. We are going to leave it there for the time being. Will you be back on Tuesday? Could grace us with your presence?
Yeah. And I'm on days, so I'll be back for the evening game. Yeah.
Excellent.
Don't forget your jammy dodgers.
Yeah, bring some jammy dodgers with you.
Jammy dodgers. Okay, then. I'll have some.
Yeah.
See you later, guys.
Take care, boys.
Bye. Cheers, boys.
That is it from us. That's it for Brendan and Mike, and that is it from us as well. Well, what an underwhelming afternoon we've had. What, you have the final word, Andrew, as always. Go on, let us know. Don't speak your mind, but be measured.
I don't think I can say any more, Tom, than I've said all afternoon. Very disappointing. Attitude's wrong. Ambition's wrong. And I think the motivation is wrong.
Okay. That's where we're going to leave it for now. We will see you on Tuesday night when we make the trip up to the Kassam. Could that be the night that Pompey get it back on track? We do it all again in just 2 or 3 days' time. Thanks for joining us all afternoon. Keep the faith. And as always,
play up Pompey.
Play up Pompey.